Fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports teams. From the Budweiser studios of 99.1, the Sports Animal. Here's a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Swain!
Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We're very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. We have a lot to discuss on today's show. We roll on the second day of April. The transfer portal watch continues in basketball. We will discuss that. Tennessee football rolls on with a week and a half to go until spring closes out. We will get to that. Ron Slay will join us. Typically on Tuesdays, we take the sleigh ride. We will do that today with Ron in San Antonio. That's where the Final Four will be this weekend. He will be disappointed that Tennessee won't be there, as he was hoping this weekend. But he was up in Indianapolis, and we've talked to him all season long about a team that had a great season, had a disappointing finish. We will cover it all and look ahead. We'll talk to Ron Slay about what Tennessee's basketball team needs next season and replacing some key seniors. We will talk to you. Call or text to be a part of the show, 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. How are you?
I'm good, man. Is this the last sleigh ride?
You know, we haven't confirmed that, but that might be the case.
Bittersweet, man.
Yeah.
Bittersweet. Unless we can no, this might be the last one. The championship game is going to be on Monday. That'll be the end of basketball season. So chances are this is a bittersweet sleigh ride. I think Ron's going to be okay, though. I know his team's not in it. But last time I checked, he'll be compensated for his time down in San Antonio doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, Ron's not volunteering his time.
No. He going to be okay. He going to have a good time there on the Riverwalk.
He's a volunteer for life, but not in all aspects of life.
Absolutely. So, and it's going to be a great Final Four. I hate that Tennessee's not in it, but I'll be watching it, man. I'm not bitter like I was when Tennessee lost against Purdue. I hope Houston wins it. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be surprised if any one of the four teams win. And I think that's different than what we can say about the last two Final Fours. Going into the last two, I thought UConn was the best team. I thought that for weeks and months leading up to the Final Four. I could honestly say any team could win. It wouldn't surprise me. I do think Duke will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if any team wins.
I'm in the same category.
Yep.
These are four really good teams.
You feel good about that?
Being
in the same category is your boy?
I feel better than you should feel about that.
Well, I'll say that first.
Okay.
I said it first, so you should feel good, I think. I mean, Duke's good, man. They're the number one team according to KenPom, so.
Houston's good, too.
They are.
So we've discussed, how do you want to win? Do you want to just blow out the opponent, or would you rather have the dramatic, close finish that you'll talk about forever, and you're on the side of blowing out the opponent? Was Sunday a preferred way to lose, as opposed to the heartbreaker, you were in it until the final minute, but you came up short? Is it better to just get walked over?
Well, what made Sunday weird is, like, I didn't get a chance to really watch it live because I was not feeling well. And so I had to go back and watch it again, which made me feel even worse. And so I had to watch it twice. I prefer to blow the opponent out. Like, I love the Kentucky game. That was great. And I prefer to be a little bit closer, Josh.
Okay.
Versus Houston. I prefer the game not to be over in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
But that was the case. You know, I prefer us not to, look how we looked. Play uncharacteristic in some areas. Looked a little off mentally with some decision-making. I thought free throws were not what we are used to seeing. But that's what happens when you put a lot of pressure on yourself to try to win for your coach, your teammates, fan base, you can try too hard. And when you press too much, it can go against you. And that's what happened on Sunday. But don't try to be slick, Josh. You ain't slick. Everybody prefers a blowout as a winner. No one prefers getting blown out.
I was just asking the question.
I know you. I know what you were trying to do.
We've got journalism on this show.
You're not slick.
Yep.
Who wants to get blown out? Especially the first 5 minutes. I mean, it's one thing to
most don't want to. But I because you said you weren't as bitter as you were a year ago.
No, because I got a lot of respect for the Houston team, and that was it wasn't like Zach Edey had a half a foul called on him in the game. It wasn't like Lamonte Turner had a phantom 3-point foul called against him. Houston beat our butts.
They sure did.
With or without the refs. They made shots. They were tougher around the rim. They got offensive rebounds. They defended us. Like, they beat us, period, point blank. I got a lot of respect for how they have conducted their program. Kelvin Sampson, I've been a fan of him ever since he was at Oklahoma. I love the story between him and Rick Barnes. Like, got a lot of respect for the Houston program. I hope they go and win it. So I'm not bitter. I'm not too bitter.
Okay.
And I appreciate how the Houston players showed respect to our players after the game.
They sure did. Yeah.
So, man, you could be a sore loser because you hate losing, but you're going to lose sometimes. You know, you play sports at a high level, especially when you're playing consistently at this level that Tennessee's been playing at the last couple of weeks. You're going to play against really good teams. And only one team can say that they're going to beat all of them. Only one team is going to be able to say that. And Tennessee was just the first team on the outside looking in, the fifth best team in the country, and that's just not good enough. So, I applaud what we did this season. I mean, to go look at the roster, Estrella's out, Carr's out. Offensively, you didn't have enough pieces, and to go and do what you did. Pretty impressive. Now, Rick has to go and fix the roster and make sure it's more balanced, and you have offensive guys that can go get you a bucket, as well as playing with effort and playing really good defense. You got to be in the top 10, top 15, both offensive and defensive efficiency to have a shot. But you can do both, and I think Rick needs to go to the portal, find guys that can put the ball in the bucket, on top of playing good defense.
Yeah, no, Joe Lunardi for ESPN wrote that Tennessee, I don't know if overachieve was the word, but that was essentially the point. I would say Tennessee overachieved this season.
They did.
Tennessee was preseason.
Are we mind humping ourselves?
No, I
don't think so.
No, I think that's
But, sometimes we do that when we don't get the results we want. We try to lower the bar to make ourselves feel better. I don't think we're doing that.
No, I don't think so at all.
No, I don't think so at all.
Tennessee was preseason number 12 in the Associated Press poll. That was with a healthy J.P. Estrella and with Cam Carr. So you take two players that were expected to be at least rotation players for what they were going to do. Mm-hmm. Take them out of that and then look at the other teams and their talent level, and Tennessee getting to the Elite Eight and maybe walking away considered the fifth best team, at least one of the 8 best teams in the country, I think is – at the very least, reaching an expectation level that had to be high to reach it. But I would say that Tennessee surpassed what a fair, realistic expectation. If you're saying this is the expectation, this is the bar, what you need to achieve this season to live up to the expectation, then I think Tennessee, at the very least, met it, and I would say surpassed it.
You won 30 games in the toughest league in the history of college basketball. You got to the conference finals, and you ran into a team that should be the second favorite team to win a national championship, with the least amount of depth than Duke, Houston, Florida, Auburn, Alabama. I throw those teams in there as well. So, yeah, I mean, I can look at it and go, man, we sure did a lot. Mm-hmm.
Preseason top 5. Kansas was number 1. Huge disappointment. Alabama was number 2.
Kansas. Bill Self couldn't wait to lose first round. He was so tired of this team.
I'm sure he was. Alabama was number 2, so fell short of that. Good season, went to the Elite Eight. UConn number 3, fell well short. Houston number 4, they've lived up to it.
Yep.
Iowa State, they were good this season. They were number 5. Injuries.
Yeah.
Gonzaga was number 6. Actually, not that far off
Yeah.
when you look at the metrics, but they were seeded 8th. I thought that was absurd. Came up short against Houston. Duke number 7, you know about them. Baylor number 8, fell short. North Carolina number 9. Arizona number 10, good. Auburn number 11, Tennessee number 12.
Hey, you remember that kid from Belmont that wanted to go to North Carolina instead of Tennessee?
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't work out.
Cade Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I think we did. It's Wednesday after the pain kind of goes away a little bit. You kind of think more clearly.
The soreness is starting to break up. You're starting to
yeah, for sure.
feel looser.
Yeah. So,
But I knew when I asked the question, you weren't going to choose the blowout in defeat.
no, you always want to do the blowing out. You don't want to get ran off the court.
Yep.
That's kind of what happened.
A U.S. Army All-American. You were ranked number 21 in the country by Tom Lemming. Basketball rankings had you top 200 in the country in the class with LeBron James. You weren't going to choose the blowout. You're too competitive.
Hey, man.
Even in defeat.
In the Army game, we blew out the West team.
Is that right?
Was fun. Oh yeah, that was real fun.
Did you score in that game?
Yeah.
Score once?
A couple times.
2 touchdowns?
A couple. Well, it was so long ago, Josh.
How hard did you practice that week?
I didn't really practice much at all. I didn't think I was going to play.
You saved yourself for game day, huh?
Pretty much. Yep, pretty much. I took a lot away from that week, though. First time getting jammed up for sure.
Yeah, the competition.
By Ryan Mundy. I'll never forget Ryan Mundy. He went to Michigan, transferred to West Virginia. I think he played for the Steelers.
You're like, competition's
I'm
going
like,
to be
wait a minute. Why is this guy touching me at the line of scrimmage? Never experienced that before. Everybody usually plays back.
Yeah. But you adjusted then. There have to be so many stories of guys, they get to that level, SEC level, whatever, and they see a different level of competition. That is it. It's over from there.
Jammed up twice. Once, Ron Money in All-American practice. First time ever experiencing that. And then at Tennessee in summer conditioning my freshman year. We was doing 7-on-7, and Jason Allen caught me off guard. That was it. That was the only 2 times.
Jason was a first-round pick.
Correct. Yeah. So, only 2 times. But, hey, that's what every young receiver goes through, man. You got to get jammed up sometimes to know how to get off of it. But you're not slick, Josh. I see what you're trying to do here.
Hey, we're just having a conversation. We invite you to be a part of it with us this afternoon. Call or text at 865-656-9900. Ron Slay will be a part of the conversation today. He will join us from 1 until 2 o'clock on the Sleigh Ride thanks to Native Design, which is where we will be tomorrow during the show. Look forward to being out at Native Design tomorrow from 12 until 3. Look forward to talking to you this afternoon between now and 3 o'clock as we continue on Josh and Swain.
The Sports Animal app has a special second stream and a link to our latest videos. Download the Sports Animal app.
For pure safety and total clean, call the experts at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Their ZR Water technology replaces those old school chemicals as well as harsh soaps, leaving the carpet even cleaner for longer. And right now, you can get 3 rooms for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms clean, but you only pay for 2 when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
Or you could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
That pitch is tattooed down the left field line. It goes. Say goodbye. That is a great.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. Frazier's massive in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and that means big savings for you. Frazier's always keeps hundreds of thousands of square feet of the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, and more, all in stock. Plus, no money down and free financing for an entire year. So call 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. If you're even thinking about new floor covering and going to the big box stores, think again and come to Frazier's Carpet One. Apples to apples, we guarantee it. Frazier's will beat the big box stores with no money down and free financing for an entire year. We make it easy. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more. Frazier's Carpet One.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the sports animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. I can't remember exactly how you phrased it, Swain. You asked, are we being too easy on them, too positive in the reaction? I think this is a local hater who listens and texts, which, again, we appreciate all listeners and text the show as long as they are not stepping over bounds, and said, yes, you are. All the sports talk stations are all the sports talk, I guess it's a station, maybe it means shows, are making excuses. It was filled with grammatical errors, just to be clear.
What excuse?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the excuse we've made is, other than Tennessee lost to a better team. They had an awful day on Sunday. I think everybody recognizes that. We mentioned the word blowout a few times. But as far as the season itself, I thought the season was a success. As successful as the four teams in the Final Four? No. But more successful than most teams and more successful than almost every season in Tennessee's basketball history.
Yeah, I want to know what the excuse was. I mean, as I recall from last segment, the reason why I have respect for Houston, not bitter like I am versus Purdue, is because Houston flat out beat us with or without the referees. That doesn't sound like an excuse to me. That sounds like the team was just better, and you are admitting that the team was just better. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, it'd kind of be the opposite. Yeah. Taking ownership.
Yeah, exactly. But for some folks, man, if you're not lighting the torches and you don't have the pitchforks,
that's right,
then it's not good enough, and it's an excuse. And that's not the way sports work in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes you lose, and you didn't play your best, or sometimes you play your best, and the other team was just better. Like sometimes the other team was just better,
Right.
and that was the case on Sunday. Like going into the game, I was like, man, Houston's a really good team. Tennessee's a really good team. Houston's best, and at our best, who was probably better? Well, probably Houston because they have more depth, they have more shooters. But Tennessee just wasn't at our best, and they were pretty dang good, and that's why you had the lead look the way it looked at the beginning of the game. But no one's making excuses.
Sometimes really good players have really bad days.
Well,
Especially in the NCAA tournament is filled with that in its history. Chaz Lanier was a great player. He had a really bad day on Sunday.
But you can't look at, like, these are two different scenarios. The game itself, we lost, we got beat, there's no excuses. But when you look at the season,
right,
you can look at the season and go, man, they did overachieve. They did do more than maybe what they were supposed to do. When you look at beating Florida with 7 scholarship players, that's why the line was as large as it was for Florida. That was a surprise to everybody that they beat Florida the way they did. 7 scholarship players. So you didn't have the depth. You lost 2 players in the middle of the season. I mean, for Tennessee to do what they did, yeah, I mean, it was a huge, huge accomplishment. You can be disappointed in the result and still recognize how good the season was and still say you want more. You can do all 3 of those things. It's possible.
Austin in the text box. I always love after a game seeing both fan bases think the commentary was biased against them. People hear what they want to hear or think what they want to think.
I thought Coach Latt was good, man.
With the in-game commentary, I thought Steve Lapis was terrific.
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
Douglas said sure was fun ending Kentucky season.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, especially with the trash talk back and forth, the disrespect each other have for one another. There was a respect and a disrespect all mixed in one between the 2 programs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had some guys that were basically 1-year transfers coming in, and from a pride standpoint, they wanted to win because this other team was talking junk and they heard about the Tennessee, Kentucky rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
But you had Zakai Ziegler and Meshack that was here since day one. They sleep, eat, breathe the Kentucky-Tennessee rivalry a little bit more than some of those 1-year transfers, really on both sides.
Sure.
And so, yeah, that game meant a lot, man. It really, really meant a lot.
Chaz Lanier was named a John R. Wooden Award All-American today, by the way.
That's pretty good. That's the second year where Tennessee has had a All-American.
Yep. Dalton Connect last year, Chaz Lanier this year on the Wooden Award All-American team.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. That should help you be able to go out and get your next great one. Who's next? Who's up next? Who we got coming down the pike? Rod Clark?
Well, 24/7 Sports with their portal ranking has Jacoby Gillespie as the number 6 player in the portal. He is a point guard from Maryland, and multiple reports today that Tennessee is going to see him. Yesterday, Austin Price was on the show and said he might allow this to go a little longer than some expected, take some visits, could go see Villanova, where his coach in Maryland is now, Kevin Willard.
Nah, man, you don't need to do all that.
But Tennessee going to see him, maybe to try to get this thing closed up more quickly.
Yeah. We don't want him going to Villanova. Remember all the excitement and all the money that was raised to help Mark Pope in his first season. We don't need that going on at Villanova because they feel energized that they got a coach that made a deep tournament run, and now they want to back up the Brinks truck and supply him with endless funds and use it. We need to go ahead and lock him up.
By the way, in the ranking, they had a scout's take on each player. The scout's take on Gillespie was glowing. His ability to score, his ability to initiate and run an offense, and his ability to defend at a very high level on the perimeter. Does that sound like something Rick Barnes would like to coach?
We need to get Zakai Ziegler involved in the recruiting too.
Yep.
Get him
so
involved.
That'd be a good idea. Pass the torch.
Right.
And there are those local ties from Greenville to Belmont, playing a year at Maryland and having a really good season, now with a chance to come back to Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. So the thing that excites me about the portal in basketball is, man, you really can make a huge difference with a quarter of the funds that you would need in football. You really can. And you don't have to be a 5-star. You don't have to be some freak of nature. You just got to be a really good hooper. And the Drake kid, the kid that came over, that team had a bunch of D2 players. That kid wasn't good enough for Kansas State, but probably better than any player on Kansas State this season because he just got in the gym and hooped. Like, that's why I love basketball and this time of the year, because you can flip your roster and go win that thing, man. 3 out of the 4 teams in the Final Four got guys that transferred. Auburn team, just a bunch of dudes that transferred from small schools, older guys that are tough. Like, they fit the profile what Bruce Pearl's looking for. Florida, they got some guys that fit the profile. Rick Barnes, set that profile and go get you some guys. Like, we could be right back here again next year. According to some people, making excuses, but hey, we'll be back. That's encouraging to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we need to keep Webster on hand more and just help folks out with definitions. Can't make excuses if you don't know what they are.
We got beat. Referees there or not, you got flat beat.
Houston was better. Tennessee had a really bad day.
They were better.
Better team moved on.
They deserved to win. That's literally the opposite of making excuses. But, if you ain't talking about firing people, then you're not being critical enough. You got to talk about firing people. You got to call players out of their name and tell them how sorry they are, and how they're a disgrace to the human race. Like, that's real criticism right there.
Yeah, we got a follow-up said, but you didn't talk about how much money they make. That
does it matter?
No, that doesn't have anything to do with the game on the court.
It doesn't really matter how much money they make. They weren't good enough to win. They wasn't good enough. Everybody on the floor is making money.
Right.
So, it doesn't matter. They played hard. I bring up money when you don't get effort. When you get players who are missing meetings, showing up late to meetings, being a bad teammate. I bring up money then. But I don't bring up money when someone just has a bad day at the office, but they still play with effort. They play with energy. I don't bring up money. Not if we're getting consistent good play from that player.
Yeah, bring up money that's in the pitchfork category.
Yeah, like I'm not going to do that.
All right, we'll come back. 865-656-9900. We love and appreciate all the interaction today. Ron Slay coming up in 30 minutes. We're with you until 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball defeated Tennessee Tech last night 7-1 at Lindsey Nelson Stadium for Tennessee's 7th consecutive victory. The Vols return to SEC play this weekend with a 3-game series against Texas A&M starting on Friday night. Lady Vols softball shut out Western Carolina 4-0 at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium last night. Tennessee next faces Mississippi State for a 3-game SEC series beginning Friday. Major League Baseball games later this afternoon. Blue Jays host the Nationals at 3. A's welcome the Cubs at 3:30. After 4 o'clock, Giants visit the Astros. Guardians take on the Padres. Tigers visit the Mariners. Mets take on the Marlins at 4:40. At 6:40, the Red Sox visit the Orioles. Phillies host the Rockies. Yankees host the Diamondbacks at 7. Dodgers take on the Braves at 8:40. NBA at 7, Knicks visit the Cavs, Hornets take on the Pacers, Wizards host the Kings, Heat visit the Celtics at 7:30, Jazz visit the Rockets at 8, Mavericks host the Hawks at 8:30, Spurs visit the Nuggets at 9, Thunder host the Pistons at 9:30, Pelicans visit the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
This spring, if you're looking for jewelry to celebrate a special occasion or just to enhance that new Easter dress, then look no further than TK Wheeler Jewelers. He's got everything to celebrate special moments or just to zhuzh up your wardrobe. One thing I am obsessed with right now are gold bangle bracelets. You can wear them with anything and they're timeless. And unlike that jewelry you might find online, these pieces from TK Wheeler Jewelers won't tarnish over time. TK Wheeler also has beautiful multicolored gemstone pieces in gorgeous pastel pinks, blues, yellows, and greens, in bracelets, rings, pendant necklaces, and even beautiful dangling earrings. Those precious stones are perfect for spring. TK Wheeler Jewelers is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. You're going to love your shopping experience. There's over $2.5 million worth of inventory, a friendly staff to help, and you always get more bling for your buck. When you're shopping for jewelry, shop at TK Wheeler Jewelers.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Join us for Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This month, enjoy $20 off any full-service removal. You just point and we do all the lifting. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give us a buzz today to book a free estimate. For the do-it-yourselfers, rent a 15-yard driveway dumpster. The perfect size for remodeling, roofing, or just cleaning out the garage. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, ceramic, or anything else for the floor, Frazier's Carpet One makes it easy. With free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping, Frazier's makes it easy. With no money down and free financing for an entire year, Frazier's makes it easy. And as a 4th-generation family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years unless you make it easy. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let us come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping. Let us show you how easy it can be to transform one room or an entire home with beautiful, new, professionally installed flooring from Frazier's Carpet One.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and Family Law. 866-323-7529. 408 North Cedar Bluff Road, Suite 425, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37923. CordellCordell.com.
For those of you looking for summer warmth, it's here for us on this Wednesday afternoon. A mix of sun and clouds, a high reaching near 82. Winds will be gusting at times 30-plus miles per hour. More clouds overnight into our Thursday morning at 68. Thursday, more storms off to our north and west. A mix of sun and clouds here in Knoxville. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Granger.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
The hottest sports stories stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900. Mark in the text box. Sounds like Tennessee basketball needs to fire these overcritical fans. Now, I think the person we were responding to in our last segment is a non-Tennessee fan.
Yeah, just trolling.
I believe that's the case.
Yeah, just trolling.
Yeah.
We got time for a little trolling here and there.
Shannon reminding us of the bust conversation with Chaz Lanier a few weeks ago. Oh, he's a bust. He's a Wooden Award All-American.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean,
if he's a bust, I don't know. I don't want to know what I am.
Hey, sign me up. I can't wait to be a bust if Chaz Lanier's one.
Mm-hmm.
But, Chaz probably could have had some more help offensively, so it wouldn't all be on him. And that's one way to look at it. But just because players are getting paid, I like to have some grace. I like to give people grace. And if you're playing hard, you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, you can have a bad performance. Now, if you have it at the bad moment, the worst moment, then you're going home. It's going to stand out. But it wasn't like we had multiple guys dogging it and just stealing money. I mean, that goes on around college athletics where guys get the money and they don't put forth the effort because they already got the money. Those other guys should be criticized a lot more than anybody on this basketball team. I mean, they gave it all they had. And they wanted it too much. They played too hard, too tight, too tense. And it was the reason why they couldn't make shots early in the game. So once they loosened up, it was already too late. Because Houston was extra loose by that moment, too.
Yeah, because of the way that they played, because of how they acted in that kind of victory as well, does that make you want to pull for Houston in the Final Four? I don't think you want to pull for either SEC team.
I don't really want to pull for anybody. I don't want to.
Or would you say, man, if we had played better and beaten Houston, that could have been us if they win the national title? You can play either mental game.
Yeah, I play that role. I mean, I'll just be honest with you, Josh. I'm rooting for whoever I bet on. So I haven't decided who I'm betting on yet. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who I'm going for. It may change.
Not the team in green, the team that produces it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So, I mean, I honestly think Duke is going to win. I think Duke is playing the best. I think they're deep. They can shoot it. They got star power. They need a bucket. They can go to Cooper Flag. I don't think anybody on Houston's team can guard them. They can shoot the ball if you want to collapse on them. They're the tallest team in the country. I just think Duke is playing the best and is the best right now. The second I go Florida, and then I go Houston, and I go Auburn. Even though Auburn's performance against Michigan State was very impressive, I just trust those three teams a little bit more than Auburn.
Auburn and Florida will play the first game on Saturday, 6:09 tip-off. Florida's favored by 2.5. The second game, I can't start these a little bit earlier. Duke is favored by 5.
What's wrong with you?
Against Houston. Duke a 5-point favorite.
You know what else I'll say? Walter Clayton Jr. is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know that we talked about, probably didn't, his dribble out to the three-point line, turn and pull. My goodness.
He looked like Steph Curry.
See Steph last night, by the way, 12 threes. He did. I mean, that was Steph-esque in terms of, I'm just going to go get to the spot, and then I'll turn and shoot the basketball. I don't care what they're running at us defensively. We have to have a three, and I'm going to take one.
Yeah.
And he hit it.
It's pretty fun to watch.
You better put Florida away.
Yeah. You better close the casket because they will come out like the Undertaker if you don't. That boy, Walter Clayton Jr., man, ice water in his veins.
That's got to be tough for Pitino because Walter was at Iona, and it was, do I go to Florida, go back down there, or do I go to St. John's, follow my coach? And he chose Florida.
Yeah, I did a broadcast. They said that, mom wanted
to I get it. But Pitino's probably thinking, yeah, but national championship, and I could have won one with Walter.
True. And his best player just hit the portal and can't shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And Walter Clayton went to Florida and is the best shooter in the country, best guard in the country. You know, I fought that for so long because I was backing up my boys at Zakai Ziegler, best point guard in the country. Zakai's second best point guard in the country this year. Second best.
Okay.
Yeah. Walter Clayton Jr. He was spectacular this season. And ain't nothing to be ashamed of. It is what it is. The dude is special. He's doing everything. Zakai's a better defender, but Walter Clayton can shoot and make shots at any time, anywhere, and that's what separates him. And he's put himself in a position to be a first-round pick too. So he's special, man. He really is, and that's why Florida has a chance to win a championship. But you better put him away if you got a chance. Texas Tech, you got to make your free throws. You miss 2 front end of the one-on-one, it's like a turnover.
You know where I stand on that one.
Yeah,
Drives me crazy.
Yeah, it really does. But, hey, we in the conversation. We back to the drawing board. We're going to get players. We'll be back.
Editing the text here a little bit, but Bruce in Jamestown, does no one else think Florida's coach, Todd Golden, is too cocky?
He's cocky, but his team feeds off of it, and it's no different than what I'm sure people feel about Tony Vitello, who are not Tennessee fans. They probably feel like Tony Vitello is real cocky, and he is, and that's okay because his team feeds off of it, and they're confident. Like other fans see it as cocky, but his players see that as, hey, that coach is confident in me. And the best thing you can do as a coach is to pump life into your players and make them believe they're better than what they really are. And so if you want to look at the baseball version of Florida basketball, it's Tennessee baseball. How many times have we heard players from Tennessee, the Jordan Becks, the others that say, Tony Vitello makes me believe that I can do anything, that I can hit home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what you wanted to coach. You don't want a coach tearing you down, telling you what you can't do. You want a coach that's telling you what you can do. And honestly, that's the difference in football between 2020 and 2021. Took the same players that were terrible, didn't want to see play in a ball game, and they wind up having the season that they had in Heupel's first season, simply by the change of language. Language is powerful. Words are important. Oh, words don't matter. Words matter. Words are powerful.
Todd Golden is 39 years old. He has a team in the Final Four. 39 is very young.
Yeah. Yeah. They are annoying.
Sure.
There's not a more annoying team, especially those bench warmers on the sideline. I can't stand them. Oh, my gosh, they get on my nerves. But I respect it because that's the type of energy that you want on your team. Like, you want that energy. When you're on the court and you see your teammates hyping you up, pumping you up, celebrating when you make a play, like, that gives you more energy. That gives you more life. So as a competitor, as an opponent, I hate it, but I respect it. I really do.
Florida-Auburn will be a battle on Saturday. The other game Saturday night, Duke and Houston. We will talk more hoops, Tennessee hoops, with Ron Slay coming up at 1 o'clock. We'll be with you until 3. You can join us by calling or texting at 865-656-9900. We're on the Sports Animals YouTube channel today. We continue on the Sports Animal and AM 640, the Sports Monster, right here on Josh and Swain.
Stream the Sports Animal free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
The last thing you want to do as a homeowner is deal with an emergency in your home. It could be electrical emergency, HVAC, or plumbing. Most of the time, when it happens, you don't know what the cost is going to be or if it will be fixed the right way or if someone's just trying to come in and sell you something. But when you call Hiller, and I mean Hiller, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical, know that your problems are going to be solved quickly. The price that you're told is the price that you will actually pay. There's no hidden fees. There's no surprises when you get your bill. They've been in business for over 35 years, family-owned and operated. Their techs, professional, experienced, and trustworthy. They're all background checked and drug screened. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time so you know exactly when they're getting to your home. There's no wasting time waiting around. 100% satisfaction guarantee of happy you'll be, or the service is free. More details, visit online and book online at happyhealer.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For pure safety and total clean, call the experts at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Their ZR Water technology replaces those old school chemicals as well as harsh soaps, leaving the carpet even cleaner for longer. And right now, you can get 3 rooms for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms clean, but you only pay for 2 when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
I'm Michael Jenkins, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Phillies host the Rockies tonight at the bank. Taking the home team on the run line is the play we're targeting. Rockies starter Kyle Freeland is coming off an impressive opening day performance, but last year on the road, he was an easy fade with an ERA near 6. With one of baseball's best in Zach Wheeler taking the bump for the Phillies, Philly on the run line is the play at -140. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. As we continue on today's show, 865-656-9900, if you would like to be a part of it. We'll talk to Ron Slay. Swain, you're a VFL. He is a VFL from the basketball program, and he'll have a lot to say, a lot to share with his thoughts on how Sunday went, but how the season went. I've already seen some of the commentary online. Ron's talked about how proud he is of what the team accomplished, 30 wins, getting to the Elite Eight, ranked number 1 for 5 weeks during the season. A lot to be proud of. So when you have a look on your face, what do we have?
Texas A&M forward Pharrell Payne has entered the transfer portal.
There he is. That's your guy from yesterday.
That's my guy right there. That's who I want. That's who I want. He's probably going to go to Maryland, but that's who I want.
It was yesterday during the show when we learned that Buzz Williams is headed to Maryland. I think he's already being introduced today. But during the show, you brought up Payne's name, which was wholly inappropriate. But you did that. Now it's much more appropriate with the news that he's entering the transfer portal.
I mean, it's not like I knew that he was hitting the portal, but his coach.
No, you had a pretty good idea, and I'm joking. It was not inappropriate. It was college basketball 2025.
Dude's an NBA prospect. He good. If we got him, I'll be okay with not having a 4 guy that can shoot it. I'll be okay.
So he is on your want list.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I don't think we're gonna be in the hunt for him.
It's at several schools will. Maybe he does go to Maryland. We'll see.
Yeah, Buzz does a really good job with his kids. I mean, his players love him. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, listen, if a coach decided to retire my jersey, I love him too. But I just think that it'll be tough for any school to get a player that Buzz coached to go to their school rather than Maryland.
Maybe they should retire the number 1.
No, they shouldn't. But they might have a conversation on their hands because Chris Lofton believes Hezekiah Ziegler should have his jersey retired at some point.
Yeah, we've been asked a few times, hey, could some kind of exception be made because he doesn't meet the policy of what is laid out by the University of Tennessee, the check marks you have to have. But everybody recognizes there's a special run by Zakai, and he has some tremendous accomplishments. He set multiple records at University of Tennessee. You could also offer up, well, it's not like the number 5 is available for anyone else anyway.
Yeah, might as well put him up there too. I mean, 2-time SEC Player of the Year, All-American, all-time leader in assists, career, all-time leader in assists in a season, SEC, all-time leader in assists in a season. I mean, what else you got to do? Listen, Chris Lofton said it. Enough said, okay? So let's go ahead and start talking about it. Just make sure that 11 is retired, and then you retire Zakai Ziegler.
How many times has a number been retired twice? Anywhere. That can't happen too often. Because typically when it's retired, that's all she wrote. But it was retired with Zakai wearing it.
Yeah, special circumstance. So, I don't care if Zakai had it on 99. Retire that thing. It don't matter. What he did at Tennessee, who's doing that?
Not many. No one else probably for a long time.
So, yeah, you got to retire his jersey at some point. But, you got to take care of Tony White at some point, too.
Yep. We will come back. We will talk to Ron Slay. He wore 35. We'll talk to him for the next hour on the sleigh ride from San Antonio here on Josh and Swain.
NBA veteran Jim Jackson takes you on the court.
Get a chance to dig into my 14-year career in the NBA and also get the input from the people that will be joining. Charles Barkley.
I'm excited to be on your podcast, man. It's an honor.
Spike Lee, entrepreneur, filmmaker, Academy Award winner.
Knicks fans.
Now you see, I got you. But also how sports brings life, passion, music, all of this together.
The Jim Jackson Show, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
At the YMCA of East Tennessee, your membership comes with so much more than just access to the gym. Group classes like yoga, body pumps, Zumba, Pilates, Ultimate Fit, and water aerobics are all included. Need childcare while you work out? No problem. Whether you're an elite athlete training for the Knoxville Marathon or stepping into the gym for the very first time, yes, we'll even help you turn on the treadmill. You'll find all the support you need at the Y. 5 locations in Knoxville, unlimited possibilities. Join the Y today at ymcaknoxville.org, the YMCA of East Tennessee, for a better us.
Come on out to the new Dickens Turf and Landscape in Powell this Friday at 620 East Emory Road. John and Vince will be live from 6 to 9 a.m., but you can come anytime until 4:30 at any of the Dickens locations in Knoxville, Maryville, or Powell. Get 15% off Echo equipment and a chance to win an Echo 56-volt chainsaw with purchase. Dickens Turf and Landscape in Knoxville, Maryville, and now in Powell at 620 East Emory Road. Or check them out online at dickenssupply.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365.
This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com to catch a sweet deal to Mahogany's at the Crown Plaza. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable values. Don't miss this deal going live Friday morning at 9. Every
For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, tennesseehome.us.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Brentsville. Touchdown. Streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. Yes! We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. Alexander Ovechkin is 3 goals away from tying Wayne Gretzky's all-time goals scored record and 4 away from breaking it with 8 games to go. But something happened on the march to history. The Capitals became a Stanley Cup contender, netting the 2nd most points in the league behind only Winnipeg. My question, can the team keep up this momentum when Ovechkin's chase of the Great One eventually ends? I'm Maggie Gray.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-222-3967, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-222-3967. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-222-3967 now to secure your $10 Gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-222-3967.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance, 687-8200.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Take two with the microphones on.
Look at Ron Slay, man. Look at Ron Slay.
Dude, I'm sitting there trying to, you know what I mean? I'm doing it like.
We got you, Ron. I got you, man. Look at you, man. Look at all presidential in San Antonio with your orange watch band representing Tennessee. We got some orange up in the Final Four somehow, some way.
Yeah, man. However we got to get there, Swain, we got to get there, man. Whether it be sneaking into the Final Four, working the Final Four, we made it to the Final Four.
That's right. We in there.
Ron Slay promised. I remember 25-ish years ago, I'm taking Tennessee to the Final Four. And Ron Slay has delivered on that promise. He is a true VFL.
I remember that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ron.
I'll tell y'all what, though, man. Listen. And I mean this in the nicest way, man. We had Jim Nantz come on 3HL Monday, and he was speaking about, living in Nashville and, kind of getting engulfed in the community and adopting it and, them welcoming him in, all the attractions and how, man, in a matter of time, he's on the board and he's going to be, pushing for, a Super Bowl, a women's Final Four, and a men's Final Four. It needs to be in Nashville. And I was thinking, like, me being ignorant to what's around me, you don't really know what's going on, because to get a big city feel and then to be able to go home, you can do that in Nashville, and it's cool. So if I want to go out and I want to see one of the greatest country music singers perform, I can go do that. If I want to go down to Broadway and see one of hip hop's iconic legends just strolling down there checking out bars, I can do that with Snoop Dogg. If I want to go and see a major sports guy just lounging with his family, just having something to eat, you can do that in Nashville. Yeah. All the entertainment is there. You got the Grand Ole Opry. You got so many different bars up and down the strip. You got the Ryman where guys are going to come and perform. I say all this to say,
you missing one more slide.
Antonio, as you mentioned. And now I understand why Nance is saying we got to get it to Nashville, because it won't be the same. Because last night, Swain, I stepped out, and I know we're gonna get it. We're gonna get to the breakdown of everything, but
we got time.
Yeah, let me get my monologue out first. I step out last night, and when I first arrived, I get here. I put my bags down, I unpack. Because I'm here for a week. Even though the Vols ain't here, they're here in spirit, like y'all said. Put my suits up. I got my ties laid out nicely right here. Got 2 belts. Got my pocket squares. I'm all together. I'm ready to go. So I said, you know what? Let me lay down and relax, because it's been a long day of travel. I had to connect through Atlanta to here. So let me get on my feet for a second and let me just breathe, because I know it's the Final Four. It's gonna be, if I step out this door, it's gonna be a zoo out there. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna know which way to go. There's gonna be so much to do. So about 9:30 hit, I was like, all right, Big Slave's ready. He's recharged. Let me go out here and see what San Antonio offers. The nightlife is calling me, and I'm calling it. So us together will be in beautiful matrimony tonight, having a fun time through the streets of San Antonio, through the little river of San Antonio, if you will. I step out and see a lot of people coming from one direction. And it's going against the direction I'm going. So I'm like, it's 9:45. Where everybody going?
They go home.
This don't make too much sense, Swain. I'm like, where are people going? Things have closed before 10 o'clock. All the nice restaurants, nice bars, things on the Riverwalk. 10 o'clock, things shut down around here. I said, okay, all right. Now, me, I'm a changed man. I live a different life. I have a family. I think about things before I act on them. But I said, you know what? I'm going to venture out and let me go into the after-hour life. Maybe it's a little bit, I can find me a bar at 11 o'clock at night, it's open to like 1, they live music or hip-hop or maybe a country, boots and cowboys and stay thing down here too. So maybe I can salsa a little bit, my Latino people out here. Maybe I can do a little, you know what I mean? A little boom bam bill. And that was shut down. I found myself 2 blocks away at Leo's Pizza, where they just have big slices of pizza to offer you. 3 people in there. That's it. People looking at me as like, is this how I'm capping my night off? So I'm looking around the streets, and by this time, streets are empty. In this beautiful city. Ain't no trash on the city. Ain't no funny smell. Ain't no people out there begging for bread, begging for money or anything. It's just everybody nice clean city. I found myself walking back to my room at 10:45 in the room where I just left at 9:40. So in an hour and 5 minutes, my night was complete in San Antonio. So I'm saying this. I know it's going to be a boost to the economy.
Sounds awesome to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hell of a night. That was awesome.
Swain.
Man, that sounds great.
Now, mind you, when I'm thinking event, like I've been able to go to a college football playoff game. Ohio State, Columbus, it was popping. Been able to go cover the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Thanks to 104.5. I've been out, Cumulus Radio. We out there.
Must be nice.
A big event. Like the Final Four. Like this ain't Super Bowl or nothing like that, but this, you know what I mean?
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, Josh. This is a big deal. It's a whole build-up. It's a whole build-up for everybody to be in one spot.
That's your fault. It's your fault, Slay. This is your fault. What did you expect? When you watch an NBA game and the Spurs are playing and they show Tim Duncan, what do you see? What do you see?
Playing.
You see San Antonio. You should have known better. You should have known, Brian. You should have been surprised.
I just got off the phone with Ramon Foster, and I told him, hey, man, listen here. I'm not sure why San Antonio has an NBA team. Like, I really don't have a clue. Everything's spaced out. I went to breakfast this morning. I got on Yelp, found me a nice breakfast spot, Magnolia Pancake House or something, whatever the name was. Everything's spaced. I forgot everything's spaced out in Texas. So it was a 22-minute ride. We're doing 85 miles per hour, and it's still a 22-minute ride on the interstate. The Uber is. We got so far away from the hotel, and I had not known my schedule at the time. And I saw First Watch. I just told the dude, "Hey man, could you stop? I'm gonna tip you, dog. Just drop me off. We 15 minutes away already. Just stop me at First Watch, dog. I'm cool. Yeah. I think I'm trying to do too much now. So, I'm just gonna be cool with enjoying the games, the broadcast, and coming back to my hotel room.
Slay is too lit for San Antonio. Too lit for San Antonio. They can't contain Ron Slay. Slay's slick though. He don't want to talk about this Tennessee-Houston game. So
call up Chuck though. Barkley and Slay take on San Antonio. Maybe you can Chip and Joanna, what they've done.
Oh man.
Maybe you can build San Antonio into something bigger and better.
Man, we just need one attraction, other than the river that closes at 10.
How was the pizza?
In Alamo, that's all they got.
The Alamo. Yeah,
That's it. You just stand in front of them, take a picture. That's it.
Yeah, remember it.
That's it, man.
Remember Alamo. Yes, that is right. You know what, Swain? Josh, the pizza Leo's pizza was good.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Credit where it's due. Credit where it's due to Leo's.
Big old slice. I splurged in there.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate to tell on myself, but I'm gonna tell on myself. I went in there and I was feeling so big willy. I told them, it's the big New York slices too. I told them like, hey man, I want to create my own pizza. So the lady was like, okay, what do you want to make?
Ooh.
When I was telling her, I want, pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, mushrooms, extra cheese, extra sauce. But the dude was like, you know this a big old pizza? I said, well, I'm 6'8". I like big pizza. And so when the bill came, they bring me a big old pizza. It's only one size instead of getting the slices. $54.
Right.
I gave him $60. Told him, you keep that change too, and give me my whole pizza, and give me extra Parmesan cheese too.
Did they not know you Ron Slay? That's change.
See, that's what I tried to tell him. And when he looked at me, when he was looking, I told the lady, you keep that change, man.
Big ballin', $6 tip.
You keep him extra $6 for that little buddy right there behind you that's questioning me.
Big ballin', making it rain in San Antonio, Ron Slay. Watch out.
Man, the sleigh ride travels all over,
Watch out.
including to the big city, the big lights, until about 9:30, and it's time to shut them all down in San Antonio. Final Four this weekend. Ron Slay, a part of ESPN coverage. He's on 3HL in the afternoons as well, continuing to grow in the media world. We'll get to Tennessee and maybe why Tennessee's not down there, but what the season was as well.
Maybe not.
What Tennessee maybe not. What Tennessee needs to do next year to get to the Final Four. We're going to get to all that. We might have a new GIF. Salsa sleigh. Salsa dancing sleigh. We might have a new GIF.
Yeah, bring it on.
To break out of today's sleigh ride. We continue with it thanks to Native Design all season long with Ron Slay, thanks to Native Design, where we're going to be, by the way, tomorrow on the show. NativeTN.com is the website. We continue with VFL and SEC basketball legend Ron Slay right here on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1, the sports animal, free anytime, anywhere.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
For pure safety and total clean, call the experts at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Their ZR Water technology replaces those old school chemicals as well as harsh soaps, leaving the carpet even cleaner for longer. And right now, you can get 3 rooms for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms clean, but you only pay for 2 when you mention me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online, no medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Imagine magic moments closer to nature and the friends and the people you love. Diversified Enclosures and Screen makes that kind of magic with screened rooms, patios, and porches. Friendly, free, no-pressure estimates, and they work fast. Most screen projects are completed in just one day. Fully adjustable windowed sunrooms, maybe with motorized screens. That's an option. Retractable awnings, cable rails, they do it all. Book your appointment now at sunandscreen.com.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. They're proud to be known for their outstanding hometown customer service. They've been doing things that way for over 60 years. Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling, and you can even shop for tires and see their current stock right from your computer or smartphone. They invite you to stop in to one of their convenient 5 locations or come see them online at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown service. Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Matlock Tire.
You run a great local business. Unfortunately, it's buried on page 15 when people search for your service online. Thankfully, there's Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost helps your business increase your online presence. Don't get overshadowed by large corporations when your neighbors need your business the most. You work too hard to go unnoticed. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost today at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900. You can hit us up in the text box. Jeremy, there's no better radio. Sleigh ride hopping on Josh and Swain. Ron Sleigh from San Antonio with coverage coming up for the weekend. The Final Four on Saturday. Championship game is on Monday. And we'll get to Tennessee. This is a tie-in to the conversation from the last segment. Ron Sleigh on 3HL on the Zone. Robbie mentioning Jim Nantz, who you mentioned, very complimentary of the Tennessee fans with what he's learned about the fan base.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, man. Like I sent him a congratulatory text message after the game because I didn't get to get down there and holler at him. And he texted back the next day and was like, "Man, can I come on with y'all?" And this was him reaching out and was like, "Man, I want to commend the Tennessee fans, like, and let them know how appreciative I was and how much of the tip of the cap they were giving to." A team beating them. Like, you know, a lot of people are, he said, I've done a lot of games before, and a lot of people in defeat aren't that gracious, you know what I'm saying? And I know Tennessee fans get a different rap a lot of times, but I want to be the one to say, man, it was super, super nice. So, no, that wasn't words. He said classy.
Ooh.
They were a classy fan base.
That's even better.
I said, see, we got one person trick.
Man, you sure do.
All it takes.
Oh, Jim, thank you.
But no, he was very complimentary to us, man, and that was big to hear from a guy like Jim Nantz who fought who a team in Houston that it wasn't nice what was being done on the court.
Right,
So,
right. No. Yeah. Houston is Jim Nantz's alma mater, and so they invited him in for part of the celebration too. So he returned the congratulatory message as the players showed Tennessee a lot of respect.
Yeah.
That goes back to Kelvin Sampson running the program. Respect he has for Rick Barnes. Jim Nantz doing the same.
I mean, as a Tennessee fan, you can't help but to respect Houston. I mean, they are a version of Tennessee. They just a little bit better. And you look at the love that Rick Barnes and Kelvin Sampson have for each other as a Tennessee fan. Like, you got to respect Houston. You just have to.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind them winning it.
No, I feel the same way as you, Swain. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I want an SEC team to win it, but at the same time, with Kevin Sampson, that's one of those that you don't get mad. You don't. Oh man, he should. No, man, that's one of them. Man, dude deserved that. Yeah. You know what I mean, the grind he's been through, going program to program, changing it, still being able to complete the culture. That's like it's what you said, man. It's you hit it on the head. It reflects what Tennessee is supposed to be about, that culture and everything. Guys staying, you know what I mean? It's not about me moniker. They could take that on themselves. Him coming out saying like we don't recruit 5 stars. We had one. We got lucky with one or one and done, but we don't recruit one and dones. We recruit guys that we can get here, develop, hopefully develop them as men off the court as well, and have a family of brothers. And that's exactly what they do. And you see it, man. Like they play with a different tick about themselves. Like, you know, going into every Tennessee game, man, it's going to be a war. But you know, going into every Houston game, from the warm-up, it's going to be a war. You look down there at them guys. This I was telling my mentor earlier today. You know you got a good group of guys when everybody out there don't care about how they look. I'm talking about hair, facial, beard. Like they just out there ungroomed because they worried about what they gonna do on the court. Like it does not matter. I could be over here on the side of their head. They don't care nothing. They don't care nothing about that, man.
Are you calling them some
folks out there-
nappy-headed cougars? Is that what you said? I got him. It's over for Slay. It's over.
Dude, I'm saying, man, boy, these some real dogs, man. And listen, that's kind of what's bred in Houston too.
Yeah.
You know, I had the opportunity to go down there and work out, getting ready for the draft with John Lucas, and I watched Houston. As far as how they get ready in the preseason, they put out a clip of them conditioning. They all ran a mile, an average of 5 minutes and 19 seconds to complete conditioning.
Average.
This is from the smallest to the biggest. Like, to complete the conditioning, they had to run a mile. That's a sprint, y'all.
That is a sprint.
A full sprint. And at the end of it, man, if that's what you mentally have to do to get ready to play, to practice, not play, to practice, imagine what the practices and stuff are like. So when you get to the game to this point, this the fun. And they play like it, man. The love of Kevin Sampson scolding this guy, Uzan, when he took him out the game for a minor turnover, like, man, he was on his head. I'm like, yeah, I've seen guys melt down, especially on that stage, because of that. But it's a huge salute to them, man. You got to love how he run this program. You got to love how the guys pour into it. Hollis Price is a friend of mine, assistant coach over there. Man, he was the same way at Oklahoma for Kelvin Sampson. So I love what they got. I love what they got, man.
Ron, we'll carry this over. We're kind of up against it this segment, but we're now 3 days removed, close to 72 hours from the end of it. What have you reflected on? What's come to mind when you think about? You can take it however you want to. Sunday, the end, the season itself, big picture, even from a career standpoint. What has come to mind now that the season has come to an end here in the last 3 days?
Man, what direction are we headed? You look at it, and even as fans, we don't get to sit back and relish the moments, especially NCAA tournament, of the big time win to go to the Elite Eight versus Kentucky. Like, we don't get to sit in it and say, man, we told you, like, it's so rapid, so, you know what I mean? And then you get to the Elite Eight, you lose to Houston. Now here you are, you're like, all right, let's sit in here and watch the Final Four. You can't, because just like we was talking about off air, now we're concerned with, okay, we're going to get Gillespie, we're going to get the kid from Virginia. Who else is out there? You got coaching changes going on. Okay, coaches leaving players behind. Can you grab these players? It's so much going on, not for just the coaches, but the fans, as far as being able to apply pressure and being able to kind of stay in the know with social media. You're a click away from finding out who's after who signed here. So I think, man, at some point, and I don't know when, I guess maybe after the Final Four, when hopefully things calm down a little bit, you can kind of relish in the moment of what this senior group was. I think that's one of the things that I don't want to be overlooked. But also them being able to bring people in like Chaz, Darlington Dubois, Felix Akpara, Big Igor, all of these guys coming in playing a part, and a vital part in a team going back to the Elite Eight. You know what I mean? We started out the sleigh ride early in the year saying, like, what's the floor for this group? And it was Elite Eight, ain't no question. No question. The ceiling was win a national championship, get to the Final Four. But you got to get to the Elite Eight. You got to go have an opportunity to knock on the door. And they did that. And to some in an SEC team, in an SEC conference that was loaded, you almost can say outside, if you can step outside your fandom for a minute, it was a little bit of overachieving. You know what I'm saying? You had a point guard that's 5'9", be a third-team All-American, win SEC Defensive Player of the Year, make first team. You had another guy make first team, and that was it, though. like this wasn't last year when you had 3 guys on All-SEC performers or 2 guys on the All-Defensive team. That one just had 1. You know what I mean? Throw Chaz on there, which Chaz should have been on first team to me, but I thought he did a lot. I thought this team did a lot. Now, as far as championships, regular season, tournament, you didn't get those to hang your hat on, but you were in the fight till you weren't in the SEC regular season. You went into the SEC tournament where we're known not to play well in Nashville and went up against the hottest team in the country, and it shows it in Florida, and lost the SEC tournament championship. You know, and then you went up against a team that if it was any other team, I think it would have, if it would have just been, if Purdue just would have guarded the inbound right, things would have been okay. I think we would have smacked Purdue, actually. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about matchups. But I think this team, man, overachieved to me. You know what I mean? Or at least got back to where the floor was.
Yep, at the very least. And we talked earlier about how there's a strong case. You look at preseason ranking, Tennessee was number 12 in the country, and they'll finish at worst as a top 8 team in the country, having gone to the Elite Eight. And there's a strong case to make the Tennessee's number 5 behind the 4 teams that are in it. KenPom has Tennessee at number 5. That is a strong case for the achievement of this team. And we'll keep that conversation going, what this team, this group accomplished, and what is needed, because you threw out some names there. Tennessee is active and aggressive right now in trying to find help for next season. So Ron Slay with us. We'll talk about it for the next half hour as the sleigh ride continues, thanks to Native Design. Great local company that has brought us the sleigh ride all season long. Your custom pool and hardscape specialists. They're local right here, Native Design, and they're online at nativetn.com. He's in San Antonio getting ready for Final Four coverage. He's Ron Slay, a Tennessee legend, right here on Josh and Swain.
Be here today for No Huddle. 30 minutes of talking sports, only stopping to give you 30-second traffic updates. Be here at 5 for No Huddle, powered by Chattanooga Whiskey. Made in Chattanooga with double the roasted and toasted grains than anyone else. It's Tennessee's best sipping whiskey. No Huddle, today, 5 p.m. on 99.1. The Sports Animal.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball defeated Tennessee Tech last night 7-1 at Lindsey Nelson Stadium for Tennessee's 7th consecutive victory. The Vols return to SEC play this weekend with a 3-game series against Texas A&M starting on Friday night. Lady Vols softball shut out Western Carolina 4-0 at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium last night. Tennessee next faces Mississippi State for a 3-game SEC series beginning Friday. Major League Baseball games later this afternoon. Blue Jays host the Nationals at 3. A's welcome the Cubs at 3:30. After 4 o'clock, Giants visit the Astros. Guardians take on the Padres. Tigers visit the Mariners. Mets take on the Marlins at 4:40. At 6:40, the Red Sox visit the Orioles. Phillies host the Rockies. Yankees host the Diamondbacks at 7. Dodgers take on the Braves at 8:40. NBA at 7, Knicks visit the Cavs, Hornets take on the Pacers, Wizards host the Kings, Heat visit the Celtics at 7:30, Jazz visit the Rockets at 8, Mavericks host the Hawks at 8:30, Spurs visit the Nuggets at 9, Thunder host the Pistons at 9:30, Pelicans visit the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Covenant Health Fitness Center right there off the Pellissippi exit on Kingston Pike. You can stop by. You can sign up for a free 3-day trial and try it out for yourself. See everything they have to offer at Covenant Health Fitness Center. That includes all the equipment and space you need for a workout. They have more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. That's going to be included in your membership. Go try it out there at Covenant Health Fitness Center. Parents, if you need help with childcare, they have complimentary childcare included when you sign up with a family membership at Covenant Health Fitness Center. And remember that when you sign up, it is month to month. No long-term contracts at Covenant Health. We love our family membership. We utilize it all the time. We take the kids swimming every week. We have access to an indoor heated pool 12 months out of the year. And then there's the outdoor pool that will open for the summer months. So many different things to help you hit your fitness goals, including people in place to help you hit those goals and map out a plan for you. Stop by, check it out for yourself. Kingston Pike off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Covenant Health Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Men's Pro Knoxville is here for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to male performance, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At Men's Pro Knoxville, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for thousands of satisfied men. Our medical provider and friendly, discreet team will take the time to listen. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope from the conventional to the next level. We even offer treatments like size increase with instant results. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. menspronknoxville.com.
LCUB Electric customers, listen up. You now have a new choice for fiber internet service. It's time to ditch your global internet company and make the switch. LCUB fiber broadband is gig speed internet, so it's fast. Starting at $69.99 a month with Wi-Fi, no contracts, no hidden fees, and no data limits from the utility provider you know and trust, LCUB. It's fast, reliable, affordable, and local. Broadband your way. Check availability and sign up now at lcub.com.
Spring is here, and you're probably flipping through the television channels watching all the home improvement shows, right? Because you want to make your outdoor space look the absolute best. First phone call needs to be the Tennessee Home to my friend James Anthony. 304-0955. 20 years of experience, and how many fencing contractors in town can also turn around and build you the perfect deck for you to start making memories all throughout the spring and summer? James Anthony. The only phone call you need to make is the Tennessee Home. 304-0955 or TennesseeHome.us.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hey guys, Trevor Bain here. When I'm on the racetrack, I always look for ways to go further, faster. And when it comes to banking, I need a checking account that does the same. The Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank pays me cash back with every debit card purchase over $10, gets me ACH deposits up to 3 days early, and has no monthly service fees. Taking my wallet the extra mile. Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank. Checking that takes you further. Visit southeastbank.com or visit your nearest branch to open an account today.
Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell. Divorce and Family Law. 866-323-7529. 408 North Cedar Bluff Road, Suite 425, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37923. CordellCordell.com.
Enjoy the summer-like warmth over the next couple of days. Isolated raindrops this afternoon, a high of 82, down to 68 with more clouds tonight. More storms to our north and west for our Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds for the rest of us, a high of 85, down to 67 for your Friday morning. Friday, more sunshine. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Granger.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Follow us on your socials at 991 The Sports Animal. All sports, all the time. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We're on the Sports Animal YouTube channel. You can see Ron Slay as he is down there in San Antonio getting ready for ESPN Final Four coverage. We'll tell you about how you can see more of him and the coverage coming up for this weekend. 2 SEC teams who will play each other on Saturday, Florida and Auburn, and then on the other side, Duke and Houston in the Final Four this weekend. The Sleigh Ride every week thanks to Native Design. We love Native Design. Appreciate their contribution to the show, the station, and the sleigh ride for sure each week. They turn ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call them up at 865-310-3256. We'll be at Native Design tomorrow. And, Ron, a lot of the conversations, we'll still have time to reflect. I want to hear more thoughts from you on the seniors, what they did for the program. I know you've shared how proud you were of them, but a lot of the conversations also turned to what is next, building the roster, Swain. I think something you were bringing up as well.
Josh, that's what I'm all about, is rebuilding the roster whenever we get close, but not over the hump. I'm ready to replace. I'm ready to reload. I'm ready to recruit. Hit this portal, man.
Swain just F5s the portal updates. He just F5s to see if when Payne went in earlier today from Texas A&M, I could have been talking to the wall because Swain was on to a different subject. He was focused on something else.
All right, Slay. We know who's coming back for Tennessee basketball. We know who's not. High with Ron Slay. Build out the roster.
Hey, man, I tell you what's funny. The funny thing is, this coming on the heels of Josh asking, like, what are your thoughts of the last 3 days? Like, how are you taking it? You don't. That's what I'm saying. Well, you don't get a chance to.
I'm good now.
Whatever I was just thinking is over with. But
I'm okay.
I get where Swain is. Like, you got to go build, because you look at these teams that are in the Final Four, which you're trying to get to. All of these teams either had a roster and a core coming back, or were already active as far as adding pieces to what they knew they were going to miss. And I think, honestly, when you look at these outside of Houston, and it's going to be interesting to see how they replace guys, because they got a lot of guys leaving. But when you have a core leaving like that, man, to make it happen, you got to go get one of those guys that's a bona fide, to me, top 15 pick. Like, I think, with what Dalton was, if you can go find you one of them, that's one of the pieces that you throw in there. I think you're set in your front court. You can add a piece for sure, because that depth. If you don't get hurt, I think you had a good chance at making a run. But if you can get 4 bigs that can be athletic, and can score around the paint, like you can give them the ball and say, go give me a bucket, like Juwan Roberts was able to do in that Houston game. Not saying that he's a guy that's going to go score 20 a game, but if you need to slow it down and say, hey, man, go get a bucket, they can get to him and they go get a bucket every time, whether that be Estrella, whether Felix takes that next step, whatever it may be, whether it may be Cade or the young fella you were talking about, Josh, Dwayne Brown, who I love coming in as a freshman from Alabama. Like, he's a low down there, got good footwork, not going to jump super high. But, boy, he got some nice footwork and some nice hands down there to get a bucket. But I think, man, you got to go find a guy. You got to get a guy on the wing, one, that you can get a ball and say, get out of the way, go get a bucket. Or a combo guard, whether that be a 2-1, 1-2, either one, that you can say, man, we need 1-4 flat. I think that's something that we've been missing. You saw it a little bit with Dalton Connect. But outside of him, the last 3 years, we ain't had that. We've been pretty much relying on the system or the defense to make a mistake to be able to go get a bucket. You need somebody to say, hey, man, and nothing's working. Go get a bucket. If you can get that, you'll be fine. You can get back to that level. And you also got to get at least 2 dead-eye shooters. I mean, just flat-eye, dead-eye shooters. I give Kentucky a lot of credit for going to go get in their home state, Noah Perry and what's the other guy's name that came off the bench? I forgot. Perry and Noah, I think, from Kentucky.
Yeah, that's right.
They came in, I mean, dead-eye shooters. You got to go get them. You got to have them out there on the floor, and you got to be able to somehow have a point guard to make it mesh. And the fans got to relax on knowing that no, it's not going to be a Zakai, everybody. May not see that for a while. Not going to be a Zakai coming in. So, like you did with Chaz coming in to fill in for Dalton, people be cool. Just be cool, man. You may not see another Dalton come through. You might not see another Chaz come through. But just know these people can come into their own right and may bring something different. But you got to have a guy you can get the ball on the block and get a high percentage shot. You got to be able to have a wing that you can say, nothing's working. Go get me a bucket, whether it be a pull-up three, all the way to the hole, pull-up jumper, whatever it may be. And you got to have a point guard to put it all together.
Can I push back a little bit?
Absolutely.
You said 2 dead-eye shooters.
Yes.
We talking 40% or higher, right? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, them guys were flirting. Yeah, you want to be flirting high 40s.
And this third guy don't have to be a dead eye, but I think we need 3 guys. Because you look at Florida, them 3 dudes, Martin, Richards, and Clayton. Like, leave them open if you want to. they hitting. You look at Auburn's 3 perimeters, Jones, like all 3 of those dudes. Like they're making shots from the outside. You go look at Houston, them 3 dudes, they tore us up. They're making shots from the outside. Duke, they're making shots from the outside on top of Cooper Flag. Ron, I think we need 3 dudes on the perimeter that can light it up.
But that's what I gave you. I said 2 dead-eye shooters, and you need a wing that you can say nothing's working. Go give me a bucket.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So you know what I mean. And when the dead-eye shooters, like that can be a combo guard. You know what I mean? That could be your point guard.
Okay.
You know, like when you like what you're saying, Tyrese Proctor and Tahad Pettiford, like LJ Crowder, the same thing. Like they play the point. Nobody leaves them, but you best believe that they're gonna go get them a bucket too. And if you leave them open, they're gonna knock it down. That's why I think we started to see that a little bit from Zakai. I think that's what elevated the team. You saw that with Gainey. Shaq didn't get to see that consistently enough until the latter part of the season. We could have saw that all year. That would have been great. But that's what you got to see, man, to be able to build. So I agree with you. Okay. I agree. So to your point, everybody on the floor needs to be a threat.
Yep.
On both ends of the floor. Like this, we're not in the age of, and Houston they attest to this. Duke attests to this. Even Auburn that you mentioned can all attest to this. Florida for sure. You have to have 5 guys on the floor that are a threat. At least 4. And that 5th one better be a monster at pick and rolling and finishing everything around the rim. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's a luxury if you can get him to be able to step out and hit an 8-footer, 10-footer consistently. We're a little bit above consistent. Because you got to think how many times, man, we saw Felix open right there at 8 feet and he was looking to pitch it back out and down screen. Imagine if we could just pop it off the glass. You know what I mean? Like a Janai Broom could do. Or you just know your place and you just be a gorilla and go take a power dribble and go put everybody in the rim. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. You got to have 5 threats on the floor at the same time. I wish we could find a 6'5" Gainey.
Man, loved his play.
If Cam Carr hadn't left, he could have been a guy that if he doesn't get hurt and he just continues to develop over the course of the season, that might have been a guy that they're looking. He would have been a guy at some point that they would have looked to go get buckets.
No question about it. That's what you needed, that athletic wing that could open up the floor for you, pull up in transition, or could be athletic enough to go finish.
Yeah, with the confidence to go do it.
I feel like we warmed the slot machines up for somebody else with Cam Carr. I hate that.
Yeah, but Swain saw him a week before he left.
Man, a week? It was less than a week.
Yeah,
we saw him saw him at Dick's. He had a cast on, Slay. I said, man, I can't wait for you to get out of that cast. He was like, man, I'm ready too. I think Tennessee played like 2 days later. He had the soft cast on, and then a couple days after that, he was gone. I was like, man.
Yeah, what you didn't hear him say, he said, I can't wait either because I'm taking this cast off and I'm driving to Waco.
I'm going to Texas. I'm going to San Antonio, go party.
Yeah.
Riverwalk.
That's it. Ron Slay is with us. We have one more segment on the sleigh ride. He's down in San Antonio. We'll set the stage for this upcoming weekend as well. A bow on this season, the success that it was for Tennessee. Next, the sleigh ride thanks to Native Design on Josh and Swain.
If you've got a yard, you may plan on digging in it. Like to build an addition, put in a pool, or bury your pirate booty. But you should know that throughout the country, there may be pipelines buried underground. And if you hit one, you've got trouble. Sorry. So before you dig, call 811 to have any buried pipelines located and marked at no charge. For more tips on pipeline safety, visit pipesafety.org. A message from the Tennessee Gas Association, Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Since 1956, Standard Kitchen and Bath has been serving the East Tennessee area with professional kitchen and bath sales and design. Family owned and operated, Larry Finley and his son Scott offer custom and affordable cabinetry lines from quality brands like Soul Design Cabinetry. From remodeling to new construction, the professionals at Standard Kitchen and Bath can help you design any space. Call 694-0068, standardkitchen.com, or stop by the showroom, Kingston Pike, next to Grayson Hyundai. They're not just selling cabinets, but designs and ideas that will transform your kitchen or bath into something you'll love.
New year, new kitchen. Is 2025 finally the year you put the heart of your home first? Hey, it's Heather Harrington. You will never regret creating the kitchen of your dreams with the team at Kitchen Sales. I know because I live in my dream kitchen every single day. We had an old, cramped kitchen with a formal dining room that was never being used. The Kitchen Sales team came in and transformed our space, creating one big room, moving some existing cabinetry to a new location to create a coffee bar, and we hung on to much-needed storage. Then they installed my favorite part of our new kitchen, our 11 by 4 foot island. It has seating and storage on both sides. Now I can cook dinner while overseeing homework. Kitchen Sales can make your space more beautiful and functional for your home. They've got 2 great locations, Hoyt Avenue in downtown just off Cherry Street, or out west near Best Buy off Peters Road. And online at kitchensales.net. Build your dream space with the team at Kitchen Sales.
This has been a big announcement.
Join John and Vince live at the new Dickens Turf and Landscape in Powell this Friday at 620 East Emory Road. Get 15% off Echo equipment and a chance to win an Echo 56-volt chainsaw with purchase. We'll see you at Dickens Turf and Landscape in Powell.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant will pay me the rent houses. Do you have a house that's in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me, 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Back for the final segment of hour number 2, final segment of the Sleigh Ride every week, presented by Native Design, transforming outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. NativeTN.com, the website. So, final segment here, Ron Sleigh. First of all, before we get back to Tennessee, where can people find you with Final Four coverage? You're down there in San Antonio.
Thursday will be ESPN. I don't know the exact time. The 3-point contest. I do it. It'll be right before the NIT championship game, which Chattanooga Mocs will be playing on. A salute to them. Yeah. It's a 2-hour event. 3-point contest and dunk contest will be on ESPN. Hosting that, me, Jay Billis, Angel Gray, and Sean Farnham. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be SEC Network pretty much all day long. Doing some Feinbaum, maybe doing a little Marty McGee on Saturday, but we'll be doing the open practices on Friday. We'll be broadcasting live, I think starting about 11 a.m. Central Time, and then going on up. And then Saturday, of course, for the game pre and post. And then Sunday, little introduction to the national championship, and then Monday before and after. So wrap up after the championship game on Monday night too.
All right, I love it. So all weekend coverage you can find starting tomorrow with Ron Slay with ESPN and the SEC Network, and follow on social media. We'll get the look ahead of time, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You know I'm gonna put it out there, man. Real nice. Know what? I'll be good and fresh, Swain.
Oh, I already know that, Ron. No question there.
I'm saying fresh, but have plenty of sleep.
Oh, I know that. I mean, hey, you had a heck of a night last night. I mean, a perfect night for us dads over here with 3 kids under 16.
Yeah, mine are 7, 5, and 3. I heard wrapping things up 9:45. I was like, why are we staying up so late?
That was perfect right there, man.
Why are we getting that wild? It's a bit much.
Sign up, man. Sign us up. A large pizza. You get to go to bed by 10:30. Perfect. Outside of Cooper Flagg, anyone there that you're interested to see in person?
I want to see Knipple for Duke. I want to actually just see his size.
6'7".
How big? Yeah, like like the movement of him, how what his frame looks like. Who else? Got to see Houston. I like what I saw with them. No Auburn, no Florida. But Duke could be. I want to see how Janai Broom's moving too. I think that was one thing walking into this game, being a little scary. Him looking like he hurt so many different parts of his body in one fall. Like I thought it was a hyperextended knee. It turned out to be the elbow. Some weird stuff. I do think walking into their game, Bruce being a master motivator can motivate them for sure to go get a game. But you got to win 2 games in this to win the national championship. And that other team that's coming out of that next bracket, whether it be Houston or Duke, ain't gonna be nice about beating your head in. So Florida, I want to see what Todd Golden looks like on this big stage. You know what I mean? We're forgetting, I think, a lot, man, because of the success that he's having, that this is only his 3rd year making it to a Final Four with this veteran bunch, that Walter Clayton, can he continue to play like this? Like, you talking about a guy, this may be the closest run that we've seen to the Kemba Walker run. You know what I mean? Where you just play yourself into a top 15 pick, throughout the entire year. Like, you steadily see him going up and up and up. So it's going to be interesting to see how he closes out his career right here at Florida. Does he do with a national championship? Another guy, Thomas Houck, I got a close eye on. I love his game. I thought he's one that's kind of overshadowed by the things that Walter Clayton did, but he was one of the guys that really turned those games around for them. So watching them, and then, for sure, Kevin Sampson. I want to meet Kevin Sampson. I want to be able to talk to him for about 2 minutes, man. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the veteran coaches like that. You see, we losing them. The Tony Bennett's, the Jay Williams, all these guys walked away from Coach K. All of them walked away. Boeheim, all of them walked away, and we still got a couple left with Coach Barnes being one, Izzo being another, Kevin Sampson. But it's few and far between. Patino being one of those guys. So we want to see what's his thoughts coming into this.
Yeah, that's a good point. That era of great legendary coaches, there are a few still in the game, but we're wondering with all of them how many more years for those guys. Ron, closing it out, final thoughts on what this season was. You're a VFL. You were there in person. VFL legends were up there. I saw the picture with you and Chris Lofton and Tony White. I think it was awesome to see. But being a part of it, being around the Tennessee fan base and the family, and then what you thought of what the players were able to do on the court this year.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, man. It was pretty dope, them being able to pull everybody together. That's what winning does. You get to bring everybody out. Everybody wants to be a part of history and wants to support you walking into it. I thought this team embraced that. Hopefully they continue to stay together. Hopefully somehow we get that 5th-year rule passed and we can get in there and we might get these one or two of these guys again. But that's wishful thinking. But man, salute to them that everything they've been through, man, taking us on this ride. I think, man, when you get to this point, you can always look back and say, man, you want to really thank the players for giving it all for Tennessee. Even the guys that transferred in, I think they walk away wishing that they could have at least 2 more years to try to wear that orange and white. And it didn't used to be like that. We went through the dark times in football and everything else. And, with basketball trying to be who it is, it's kind of raising the bar where we no longer looking at, man, getting to the tournament and, Sweet 16 is a successful year. Now we're at Elite 8 is a successful year. Now the next step is to get to that Final Four. And hopefully all of us will be there, when they knock the door down to get to the Final Four. But salute to this group for taking it another step, and taking the bar a little bit higher. That's how you're supposed to do. You left it better than where you found it. So salute to this whole group. Salute to the fans for coming out and supporting. That was a home game in Indianapolis. No question about it. I asked Jim Nance, man, was it about 80-20? He said, I'm going to be honest, it probably was 25-1 in there. And that's pretty dope to see that the support was there, knowing what you were walking into. Also, shout out to Kim Caldwell for what she did with the women's game. Man, I got to watch the McDonald's All-American game last night with the girls. Ooh, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready. If y'all thought this pace that she was playing with was fast this year, it might be hyper speed next year, dog. Especially if they go get the little guard out of Florida State who's a 30-point walking bucket anytime. I forgot her name, but she is serious. So salute to them for what they did, keeping that group together, them buying in. Lady Vols, y'all come on back. Come on back and support. I know it was, we went outside the family. Danny White went outside the family. There was a couple of grumblings in there, but hey, y'all, it's all right. It's okay, man. So salute to Kim Caldwell, her husband. Congrats on the child, and still fighting to, take this standard of what Lady Vols is to get it back to that point. And it's baseball time in Tennessee.
That's right, number 1 in the country. Yeah. So the sports watching for Tennessee fans and celebrating does not end. It was a great season, fun season as well for Tennessee fans, both the men's team and the ladies' teams, and they both plan on being right there in that position next year. And I promise Kim's thought is that's the worst we're going to be this past season. It was a pretty good first season to start things out. Ron Slay, salute to you. It's been a great sleigh ride. We'll talk about when we will talk again, but we can't wait to see you this weekend with all the coverage of the Final Four, and appreciate everybody that messaged during the sleigh ride to check in, including today. Several messages that I didn't get to from the text box saying, hey, we love Ron Slay coming on. Sleigh ride, best hour of the week, and I'll back that up.
Yeah, hey, appreciate y'all fans coming up. Yeah, man, a lot of people said they listened to the sleigh ride, man, and the animal right here on Josh and Swain, man. So salute to y'all for tuning in every week. We appreciate y'all. Jacob Dunaway, no question.
Yep, Native Design.
Man, appreciate you. Yeah, y'all always come through and hold it down. But y'all know the sleigh ride, man. We coming back. I'm gonna take it to Swain's garage, let him do all the little fixes to it, and we're gonna come back better than ever. It might be a low rider when I come from San Antonio. Who knows?
What San Antonio is going to get you set up. Everything you need. You're good to go.
They tens, but you keep them clean, though.
Ron's got to get to the botanical gardens down there, so we will let him go. See him on ESPN and the SEC Network this weekend. Ron, we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man.
Ron Slay, the sleigh ride every week, thanks to Native Design. One more hour to go right here on Josh and Swain.
A farm, a family, and a tradition of premium fresh sausage that's lasted almost a century. Using only the freshest ingredients and finest cuts of meat for flavor that is locked in instantly. Each bite of Swaggerty's Farm sausage transports you back to a warm, cozy southern kitchen, leaving you satisfied and ready to take on the day. Swaggerty's Farm, quite possibly the best tasting sausage in America. Now available at your local retailers.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Imagine a windowed sunroom, fully adjustable, that's a screen room too. Diversified enclosures and screen can make that happen. Your screened room, porch, or patio is just a click away. Friendly free estimates at sunandscreen.com.
Spring is here, and that means it's time to break out the clubs and play some golf. Thursday, April 10th at 9 a.m. Go to 991thesportsanimal.com for the 2025 East Tennessee Golf Card presented by Mark Nelson Golf Apparel. For only $139, you can play 18 holes with a cart at 12 great courses across East Tennessee. These are broken up onto 2 cards with exceptional courses on each. Courses like Island Point, the Greens at Deerfield, Ruggles Ferry, Wild Laurel, Dandridge, Patriot Hills, Clinchview, Woodlake, Three Ridges, Bear Trace, Deer Creek, and Graysburg Hills make up this year's golf cards. These cards are valued at nearly $300, and they can be yours for just $139 each. That's 12 courses broken up onto 2 cards for just $139 each. Get one, get both, but make sure you don't pay full price to play golf this year. Visit 991thesportsanimal.com Thursday, April 10th at 9 a.m. to get yours. Hurry, because they'll go fast.
All right, who's ready for summer? What do you have planned for the kids? A movie at Regal Pinnacle? Ice skating at Cool Sports? Gymnastics at Gym Tech? Games and bowling at Main Event? McPhee Splash Pad? Top Golf? What about enhancing their spiritual connection and learning experiences? No? Well, you better call Camp Big Fish, where they'll do all that and more. Go to campbigfish.org for more info and register now. Man, I wish I could go. Give your kids the experience of a lifetime this summer. Go to campbigfish.org now for all the big fish fun.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Come on out to the new Dick and Sturpin Landscape in Powell this Friday at 620 East Emory Road. John and Vince will be live from 6 to 9 a.m., but you can come anytime until 4:30 at any of the Dickens locations in Knoxville, Maryville, or Powell. Get 15% off Echo equipment and a chance to win an Echo 56-volt chainsaw with purchase. Dick and Sturpin Landscape in Knoxville, Maryville, and now in Powell at 620 East Emory Road. Or check them out online at dickenssupply.com.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide at 99.1thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with the Sports Minute. The NFL tabled a rule proposal to ban the tush push. For now, there's a report that 16 teams are in favor of getting rid of it. It could go away in May at the next owners' meetings, but somehow this debate has gotten bigger than just this short yardage play. Every coach and GM at the owners' meeting had an opinion. The Eagles basically called other teams soft. It all feels a bit trivial, but that's the NFL. Even the simplest play becomes a big deal for the country's most popular sport. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, and we are excited to begin this hour going to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, saying hello to Braden Gall of 440 Sports. Braden, we appreciate the time as always, as you are keeping up with what's happening in the state of Tennessee from the mid-state, and there continues to be a ton of conversation around the Tennessee Titans with the number 1 pick and Cam Ward possibilities. What's the latest in the conversation? What do you think about the chatter there for now with just a few weeks to go until the NFL draft?
Yeah, I think they're doing everything they need to do to keep their options available to them should a great offer come along. I do think I'm getting closer and closer. Like every week that goes by, I'm probably like 5 or 10% more in the they're going to take Cam Ward camp. So I think it started out probably 50-50 at the Combine. I think Cam Ward took over Shedeur Sanders at the Combine. I think every week that's gone by, it's probably gone from, 90% chance they're looking to trade to, 75% chance they're looking to trade down to a 50-50 chance they're looking to trade. And now I think it's probably closer to 70-30 taking Cam Ward. Look, again, they said yesterday or Monday, I guess it was, down at the owners' meeting that there is no price for a franchise quarterback at number 1. And the interesting thing about this sort of journey we've been on since like January, the end of the season, is that the conversations, talking to Jim Nagy about this at the Senior Bowl, that Cam Ward would be 3rd or 4th in last year's draft class. We've talked to people, myself, Paul Kaharski, who's my co-host on my show covering the Titans, who's been covering the Titans since literally like Houston. And he's talked to people in the league. I've talked to people that Arch Manning would clearly be the number 1 pick today over Cam Ward. So it doesn't mean that Cam's not worth it. It doesn't mean that he's not above that price point of it doesn't matter what you offer us. This guy's too good not to take. He could absolutely be above that. I'm not sure. So they're doing all the things they need to say to keep their options open. But it just seems odd that we went from, maybe he would have been set, like behind Jayden Daniels last year to he's definitely behind Arch next year to now you can't pass on him at all because he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's above the Baker Mayfield line. If you look at all the number 1 picks in the last 15 years, there's a lot of them that are pretty good. There's a lot of them that are, a couple of them are great. A few of them are bad. But Baker Mayfield, I think, is sort of the benchmark. And if you think you're getting something better than Baker Mayfield, who's been productive, gone to the playoffs, but also has been traded 4 times, a little undersized, kind of a gunslinger, similar personality type, moxie, confidence to Cam Ward, a couple of turnovers, similar game, more athletic than you think. If you think you're getting something better than Baker Mayfield, you probably need to take him at number 1. If you think he's worse than Baker Mayfield, you probably shouldn't take him. You should do everything you can to trade him. So I'm now at the Baker Mayfield vibe check, temp check for Cam Ward. That's where I'm at now.
But do you put a lot of stock in the process? I mean, one thing can be said about a player before you do the deep dive, before you go and sit down with him, before you see his pro day and spend time with him, understand what makes him tick, get a real close personal look of him. Do you put a lot of stock in the process that Cam Ward has been under now that he is what people feel like is the number 1 can't miss prospect?
Yeah, I think if you're talking about from Cam Ward's perspective, I think he's done this entire process perfectly. I have no complaints, no problems. I think Callahan and Borgonzi both said on Monday that, he's confident without being too much, which is kind of the same thing they said about Shedeur Sanders. And that there's different things. Actually, this is one of the more interesting comments on Monday where he said, one of the things the portal gives you is you learn about a quarterback's adaptability more coming from college, which I think is interesting because, you drop a guy into a new locker room from Incarnate Word to Washington State, different level of competition, totally new group of teammates. And then you drop him into another locker room. You kind of already know what it looks like to see Cam Ward dropped into a new locker room, which is what you have to do when you're a quarterback in the NFL after you're getting drafted. So I thought that was an interesting byproduct of the portal era, which is giving NFL coaches a better view of sort of what makes a guy tick inside the locker room. So from Cam Ward's perspective, I think they've done everything. He's done everything right. I think he's done nothing but improve his stock. I think getting to know his mentality is probably what's elevated some of his stock. I think the Titans have done everything correctly. They've done so much diligence. They're going to use every single touch point possible to talk to Shedeur and Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter and Cam Ward, wherever they might be picking. I know they did their diligence at the Combine on other defensive linemen, for example. down the first round. So if they trade back to 6 or 7 or 10 or 12, they've got plenty of diligence that they've done in that area as well. I don't think anyone's done anything wrong, honestly, in this entire situation. What's fascinating, again, most boards are set going into the combine and going into interviews. You base your decisions and your rankings off tape. That is still what matters most. I would say it's 85% of the equation, maybe 90. So my question again is, was Cam Ward going into the combine number one on their boards, or did they see something more? Did they learn something more about him, his personality? Did they study more? Like, the problems on the tape, if you're going to call them quote unquote problems, are sort of like being too willing to take risks and a little bit of inaccuracy down the field. So, but that's like the same problems they had with Will Levis. But then Brian Callahan on Monday said that he's shown a lot of progress in those two areas, unprompted. He sort of volunteered that. So it's just fascinating, like his journey from, well, we're not sure if he's a top 15 player by experts, by former general managers, by personnel people behind the scenes and off the record, to all of a sudden he's the clear-cut number one pick. That just feels like a very rare thing that's happened. Is it happening because the Titans are a quarterback-desperate team and with them the number one pick, and they desperately need to make this decision, and the Giants desperately might need a quarterback even though they've signed an old guy? Do the Browns, do the Raiders? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So it's utterly fascinating. I still think everything's kind of on the table.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports, talking about Tennessee making the Final Four was not on the table for you before the competition. Now we know they did not make it. They lost in the Elite Eight. So how do you discuss the subject now as a UT alum, seeing Tennessee get that close, but Sunday go the way that it did?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that means I have to talk about it more next year, like over the top, like we're going to win the Natty, boys. Like, is that what I have to do next year?
There's a case to be made that you avoiding the subject worked against Tennessee's chances to get there. Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I'm sure missed free throws. I'm sure missed free throws are my fault. That's true. There's part of me though that's like, like every now and then in sports, you're just gonna do the thing that's it's just a total waste of time and effort. Like, and I mean that, like, you just sometimes I was a Knicks fan growing up. John Starks, I think, went 1 of 16 in the NBA Finals in a game clinching situation, right? Game 7. Like, that's not John Starks. That's not who he is. That's not what he's about. And that just happened to be a real awful night. And sometimes it's just not your night. And the worst possible time is to have that night in a historically important moment. And that's just what happened in the first half, right? The worst first half of basketball in the history of 1 and 2 seeds in the tournament over a 40-year period of time. Like, that's an insane thing to think about. When a 75% free throw shooter is going 0 for 4 in the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh God, here we go. And so I just, it's one of those, it's unfortunate. It just kind of sucks. It's unfortunate because it leads to more of the same story for Tennessee and Rick Barnes, but at the end of the day, it's a great team. They had a great year. I think they had a better year than maybe even their talent indicated. And I think you could say that they certainly maximized their talent by getting to the Elite Eight. Houston is a great team, an incredibly good defense. Like, sometimes that just happens to you in big spots. And it sucks. It's unfortunate, but I tell you what, it made for a less stressful second half, than to lose. It was all just like house money. If they made a comeback, it was house money. So I know that's not the way you want to watch a game, but it made it less stressful for me personally.
Thanks.
Yeah, a lot of the stress was off the table in the second round.
It was gone.
There's a different kind of emotion, but that one probably,
exactly.
that one probably wasn't it.
Exactly.
Hey, Braden, what is going on for people to check out right now at 440 Sports?
Just all the great sports coverage, guys, of everything happening in the state of Tennessee. We've got Titans coverage, wall-to-wall Titans coverage. We got Predators coverage. We have everything you could possibly need. We got Nashville SC coverage. So make sure you check out the YouTube page, 440 Sports YouTube page. That's 440 Sports. You can get to us on the socials as well. And if you search on any podcast app of choice, you should get all of our shows there also. So if you care about stuff going on in the state of Tennessee, we got you covered. You can search me out on all the social platforms and find me. So I'll try to have as many conversations as possible out there in the mean streets of Twitter and Blue Sky and IG and wherever else people are chatting up a storm. We're big into YouTube, boys. I don't know if you guys know this, but I think Google's going to stick around for a while.
Yeah, YouTube is worth checking out. I agree with you there. Braden Gall, 440 Sports. So check him out there. At Braden Gall on social media. If you do want to lay any kind of blame on him on what happened on Sunday, you're welcome to do that. It is a free world. So check him out, 440 Sports. Braden, we appreciate the time and the insight as always, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, always a pleasure, boys.
Braden Gall joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. Also a Mets fan. Won't hold that against him, but not going to bring it up as the Braves are 0-6 after last night's game against the Dodgers. They have 9 runs through 6 games of play.
It's how you finish, not
That's
how you
right.
start.
That's right. And
Got
not many
plenty of
people
time to say
count the
that.
games before April, so they're really 0-1 if you just start with April.
It's how you finish, man. The Braves have done this before. They've had a strong finish.
Yeah.
And had a deep run in the playoffs. So it's how you finish. Good to see everybody's on the same page, and newly acquired individuals of the organizations are locked in and doing what's best for the organization and being sacrificing, and just good to see it over there, Brave country.
Can they trade for, Christian Moore, anything like that?
I mean, probably be a good idea. Anyone who wore number 1 at Tennessee, I think that'd be a good idea. There's another one out there too.
Talking about Drew?
Drew Gilbert, baby. That's right. You bring him in too.
Yeah. If the Mets are willing to help.
I doubt it.
I also have my doubts. We'll come back, 865-656-9900. If you have your thoughts on Tennessee basketball moving forward, portal updates for you, 45 minutes to go on today's show. Join us at 865-656-9900 here on Josh and Swain.
What's up, my fellow VFLs? Josh Dobbs here. This year, I'm inviting all former volunteer athletes to join me April 10th and 11th at the beautiful Tennessee National Golf Club. My 4th annual Extraordinary Charitable Golf Classic will be filled with competitive golf, great views and vibes, and an exclusive opportunity to continue to build our VFL community. All proceeds benefit the community of Knoxville, so to all potential players and those interested in sponsorship opportunities, you can visit our website at extraordinaryDallasFoundation.org. I'll see you on Rocky Top soon. Go Vols.
For pure safety and total clean, call Zero Res. Right now, you can get 3 for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms of carpet clean, but only pay for 2 when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson, the Sports Animal. To secure this deal, you need to book today online at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal and Beatty Chevrolet have teamed up to give you the $1 Million Madness Bracket Challenge. This year, we're stepping into hysteria by giving you the chance to win $1 million. Follow all the buzzer-beating action by checking on your bracket today, and if you've made the perfect picks, that's a $1 million bracket. Get 60 picks, that's 10 grand. So check up on your bracket today at 991thesportsanimal.com. Presented by Beatty Chevrolet. Any bracket is just better with Beatty.
Looking for the sweetest deals in town? Look no further than 991thesportsanimal.com. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer, and these sweet deals are half off. So whether you're looking for pizza and sandwiches for lunch or a relaxing dinner with family and friends, Sweet Deals has it all. Visit 991thesportsanimal.com today and treat yourself to the sweetest deals in town. Sweet Deals, because everyone deserves a sweet deal.
Looking for a magical way to unwind? Discover Cantrip, the sensationally drinkable THC beverage. Crafted with bold botanicals and spellbinding flavors, Cantrip offers a delightful escape from the ordinary. 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 hangover. Just pure drinkable delight. Let the enchantment begin with Cantrip. Visit drinkcantrip.com to find your favorite flavor and start your magical journey today. Ask for it in your local wine and spirit stores and CBD stores.
It's madness this spring. Is your house clean and decorated? Don't miss your shot. Gentry Mercantile in Foothills Mall in Maryville has you covered with beautiful and affordable handmade arts and crafts, gorgeous spring decor, and personalized gifts. You can find all of that and so much more at Gentry Mercantile in Foothills Mall in Maryville. They're veteran and family owned and carry over 30 vendors from East Tennessee. Visit Gentry Mercantile in Foothills Mall in Maryville this spring madness. Go Lady Vols!
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Wedby Insurance is Knoxville's premier auto owners insurance agency. Since 1972, the staff at Wedby has made it a point to provide personalized, prompt, and professional service. Whether you need personal or commercial coverage, Wedby Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance can provide you with a coverage that fits your needs and your budget. For your home, your life, your car, or your business, Wedby Insurance will be there for your family. Contact them at wedbyinsurance.com. That's WHEDBEE insurance.com.
I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear, we'll change your water. It'll change your life.
Everything is more expensive than before, except for the sports animal, always free on the air and on the stream. 99.1, the sports animal.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Next to Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver, transfer portal watcher. I'm Josh Ward.
Always
watching
on the
portal.
watch to improve.
2 weeks from today, I believe the football portal will open. The focus right now is on the basketball portal.
Hey, players are always looking to make more money. I'm always looking to replace you, to get more wins. So you can play that game.
Tennessee in pursuit of guard Jacoby Gillespie from Maryland, so that is a focus. Isaac McNeely from Virginia. Those guys were both ranked in the top 15 of 24/7 Sports top 50 portal players. To this point, other players will enter the transfer portal, but both coveted guards, and Tennessee is in the mix there. And other names that we will discuss, and we'll talk to you. Call or text at 865-656-9900 as we say hello to Big O on Josh and Swain. Big O, good afternoon. What's on your mind today?
Josh and Swain, thank y'all for taking my call. I want to talk about Rick Barnes and the volunteer basketball team. First, I was like every other fan that's a Tennessee fan. I wanted that game against Kentucky so bad. That game was just meant so much for us to win it. Now, what I think happened, and I told my friends this at church Sunday morning before the game, I just believe that team put so much effort mentally. I'm not saying it's a physical standpoint. I'm saying mentally they wanted that game like we fans wanted that game. And I was afraid they wouldn't have much left in the tank mentally as preparing for a game like Houston. Not taking nothing away from Houston. I think they're a great team. But now did I expect a 15-point first? Nobody did that. But it's like Alabama football in the past. I won't say that now. The team that played them the next week, they normally lost in so many cases. They used to keep record of that. Why? Well, it was just, we know a lot of the reasons why that. Well, they had 7 days. This was a 2-day turnaround. And that's just what I thought about the Houston game. Secondly, Rick Barnes, I think he's an awesome coach. There's nobody living that can say they've lived through a better coach than Rick Barnes and our basketball team, I don't think. You know, I went through Don DeVoe and all of them, and just very young at Ray Mears when he was there. But and I appreciate so much what he did. But They did this on the show following you the other day. If you had to cut someone, Rick Barnes or Tony or Josh, who would you cut? Well, that's a choice I wouldn't want to make. I just thank so much of our coaches and appreciate the job that our athletic director has done in hiring them. Thank y'all for my time. Y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, Big O, we appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Rick Barnes is terrific.
Is that on your show?
Say it again now.
Y'all trying to cut coaches? Is that on your show?
No, not on my show. Your show is my show. We're on the same show.
What show doing that? That's hard, man.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. I'm guessing that was the start bench cut conversation.
Oh, okay. You got a strong trio of coaches, period, and then you throw in Kim Caldwell. That's strong, and then
Karen Weekly is a legendary
you
coach.
throw in Karen Weekly and what she's been doing, and her getting a serious win over Oklahoma. That's hard to do. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a better collection of coaches around the country. Rick Barnes, I mean, there's not a coach right now has more active wins than Rick. Now,
right.
the postseason stuff, like that's more on Rick than Tennessee. Like Tennessee has been taken to new heights because of Rick Barnes. That monkey is on Rick Barnes' back. It's not like he hit the Final Four that one time when he was the coach at Tennessee. It wasn't like he was here for 30 years and keeps stubbing his toe. Like he has taken us to places we've never been before. The players wanted to win for him. We want him to win because we want that monkey off his back, and that's something that he's gonna have to do. And we'll be here to support him. We'll show up like we showed up at the Elite Eight. We'll show up inside the Food City Center and cheer him on. We'll be here to support him, but that's a challenge for him, and it's part of our challenge too a little bit. But like that shouldn't be a knock on him. As a Tennessee coach from Tennessee fans. Like if you want to knock him as a college football fan, college basketball fan, whatever, that's really the only thing you can say about him. He's been awesome, and we got a good group of coaches for sure. One has won a national championship, and I think another one is coming for one of those coaches.
Yeah, Rick Barnes was at Texas for 17 seasons, and they went to the NCAA tournament 16 out of those 17 seasons. I believe that's correct. He went to the Final Four once. He went to the Elite Eight 3 times, including that Final Four season, and he's gone to the Elite Eight back-to-back seasons, twice total at Tennessee. The first time Tennessee's gone back-to-back. 2 of the 3 Elite Eight appearances in Tennessee's history have come under Rick Barnes.
Yeah, I don't know how much the Kentucky game really affected us because I just looked at how we didn't look exhausted. We looked like we handled business. We knew we were going to win. That was a dominating performance. I do feel like we pressed a lot in the Houston game, and we wanted it a ton. I didn't feel like we were gassed or we were emotionally drained from the Kentucky game. That's just my perspective.
I agree with you. I thought Tennessee, the mental effect, if there was one, was that they were affected by what Houston was able to do defensively against them on the court, and it probably caused them to press because of what Houston was able to do.
Like, no one guarded Tennessee the way Tennessee was guarded by Houston. Like, when you have been the big bully and then you get bullied, like, that is a unfamiliar feeling. When you're the one that usually does the punching, but then you got punched in the face. Like, Tennessee, they don't get punched like that. And they did against Houston, and it was unfamiliar for them.
2 nights earlier, Tennessee was able to get downhill and have success at the glass, second-chance opportunities for 40 minutes against Kentucky, and that wasn't there against Houston.
Like, imagine a UFC fighter, his signature move, no one can stop it, and then you pull that same signature move against your next opponent, he blocks and knock you out. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm in for a long night because my signature move that has worked in every fight, it ain't working today. That's what happened with Tennessee. Zakai, what he was doing that worked his entire career, what this team did all season long, it worked most of the time. You don't get to 30 wins if what you're doing is not working. It didn't work against Houston early, and our guys just couldn't recover from it.
And Houston is deservingly on to the Final Four. Ron Slay mentioned, he said that he thinks Tennessee might have smacked Purdue. I don't know if that would have been the result. I would have more confidently picked Tennessee against Purdue.
That would have been a better matchup
Yeah.
For Tennessee, for sure.
Yeah. I didn't think there was much of a question. Which team would you prefer to see win in the Sweet 16? Houston or Purdue? I thought that was an easy choice.
Yeah.
Purdue.
Imagine how Purdue's looking at us, though. Golly.
I'm sure.
We were better than Houston against Houston than y'all.
Yeah.
But you had your chance, Purdue. So you just guarded the inbound. What was Braden Smith doing on the inbound? The basket is the most important thing to protect. Not covering a player that's further away from the basket. That's just a bad scenario for Purdue. But they had a chance to win. We had a chance, in the first 60 seconds.
Yeah. And then there was more of them after that. Man, if Purdue could have won, that would have been a great opportunity to exercise a ton of demons.
Oh, I know, man.
For Tennessee.
I know.
If Tennessee could have beaten Purdue, get that
in Indy. Oh,
yes,
dude. That'd have been something.
You know what that could have done for the hearts and minds of Tennessee's fan base. But
next year,
Tennessee's on to it. We're on to the next segment. 30 minutes to go. 865-656-9900 to join us. Swain's going to take a peek into that transfer portal. We'll come back and report right here on Josh and Swain.
You're always welcome to join us on Sports Talk on The Sports Animal. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. We join you Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m.
And now our show is on social media. Same handle on all the socials. Sports Talk on 991, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball defeated Tennessee Tech last night 7-1 at Lindsey Nelson Stadium for Tennessee's 7th consecutive victory. The Vols return to SEC play this weekend with a 3-game series against Texas A&M starting on Friday night. Lady Vols softball shut out Western Carolina 4-0 at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium last night. Tennessee next faces Mississippi State for a 3-game SEC series beginning Friday. Major League Baseball games later this afternoon. Blue Jays host the Nationals at 3. A's welcome the Cubs at 3:30. After 4 o'clock, Giants visit the Astros. Guardians take on the Padres. Tigers visit the Mariners. Mets take on the Marlins at 4:40. At 6:40, the Red Sox visit the Orioles. Phillies host the Rockies. Yankees host the Diamondbacks at 7. Dodgers take on the Braves at 8:40. NBA at 7, Knicks visit the Cavs, Hornets take on the Pacers, Wizards host the Kings, Heat visit the Celtics at 7:30, Jazz visit the Rockets at 8, Mavericks host the Hawks at 8:30, Spurs visit the Nuggets at 9, Thunder host the Pistons at 9:30, Pelicans visit the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, guys over 40, listen up. If you're running low on energy or just feeling a little bit off, Low T Center is the place you need to go. Get started with testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT, and join ton of guys who are going through the same thing as you. Low T Center is located right there in Turkey Creek. Super easy to get into. You walk in and you see a real medical provider. Get your energy back. No complicated process, just results. Guys, they tell me what sets Low T apart is the treatment plans that are tailor-made just for you. We know what we want, and we want it now. Low T Center lets you choose if you want to be treated by visiting the clinic or by getting treated from the house. Either way, you will always receive the highest quality of care. Right now in April, you can get a free consultation. If you qualify, treatment is covered by most health insurance. It's an affordable way to check your testosterone, kickstart your life, so don't wait. Go to the website. That's lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's health care.
This has been a paid announcement.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to RedDoorHomesTN.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill in Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be.
Celebrate 7 decades of dogwood arts. Follow the pink lines and explore over 90 miles of blooming dogwood trails, a Knoxville tradition since 1955. hopscotch through Chalk Walk, and make memories at the Dogwood Arts Festival with over 100 fine art vendors, live entertainment, and food trucks in World's Fair Park from April 25th through the 27th. Enjoy live music at Southern Skies Music and Whiskey Festival featuring Charlie Crockett, the Dirty Govnas, Willow Avalon, and many more. And don't miss the Tennessee Whiskey Experience, where you can sample spirits from across the state. May 10th in World's Fair Park. Make memories you'll never forget at Knoxville's favorite springtime celebration. Presented by ORNL Federal Credit Union. Visit dogwoodarts.com for more details.
Brought to you in part by The Sports Animal, a proud supporter of Dogwood Arts.
Want to create a beautiful outdoor space? Call Tennessee Deck and Fence. We're your local deck and fence experts. We offer a no-pressure approach so you can relax as our team works with you to design a deck or fence that perfectly suits your needs and style. We use only the highest quality materials and expert craftsmanship to ensure a long-lasting, beautiful product. Call us today, 865-304-0955, or you can visit TennesseeDeckandFence.com for a free consultation. Let's create a backyard you're going to love.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a two-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Tick-tock on the tax clock. For expert tax prep, hurry into Jackson Hewitt before the April 15th tax deadline. Don't worry, they're open early, late, and on weekends. To beat the crowds and the clock, book today at jacksonhewitt.com.
For those of you looking for summer warmth, it's here for us on this Wednesday afternoon. A mix of sun and clouds, a high reaching near 82. Winds will be gusting at times 30-plus miles per hour. More clouds overnight into our Thursday morning at 68. Thursday, more storms off to our north and west. A mix of sun and clouds here in Knoxville. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Granger.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Swain, we got a cool text from someone local. I believe, if I read the text correctly, lives in Knoxville now, but grew up in Greenville area, Greene County. I think is friends with the Gillespie family, maybe Jacoby's parents, and just message in. Would love to see Jacoby come home. Went to Belmont for a couple seasons. Had a great season this past year at Maryland and is in the transfer portal. He is a big-time target of Tennessee's coaching staff, and I think there's a good chance he plays for the Volunteers. Nothing official there, and reports came out this morning that Tennessee is going to see Jacoby to try to get that deal done and get him to Knoxville. But a good message there, and that would be a cool story, a local guy being able to come home for a projected final season. Never know about the fifth year. We don't know right now. But to be able to come back to Tennessee and finish his college career in Knoxville, that'd be a cool story. He's a really good player.
It's one of the cool things about the transfer portal and NIL. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel about not being recruited out of high school, but if you are honest with yourselves, maybe you wasn't ready. Maybe you are, but you have opportunity to come back home, and you grow so much when you leave home. I mean, sometimes you need to get away to really find out who you are and pick up some experiences. But for him to be able to come back and Greene County kind of standing behind him who are Tennessee fans. I think it'd be really, really cool, especially when Tennessee is in, I won't say desperate need, because Tennessee is a top 10 program nationally, but like in a great need for him to come in and be starting point guard. Like it'll be a perfect fit.
Yeah, opportunity is now here for sure to come in and help.
Yeah, there you go. We're on championship level right here, Josh, and you throwing out Dooley references. Read the room, buddy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Read the room, man. Read the room, Josh.
You know what? I apologize.
You should.
What would help, I think, is handing out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. You know this. Sometimes I can't help myself. I need to be better at that.
It's all right, Josh, man.
I need to be better at helping myself, I guess is what that means.
Yeah, that sounds okay. That sounds too weird there.
All right, we hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Reminder, we'll be there tomorrow. They brought us the sleigh ride earlier this afternoon as well. And the Attaboy stays in the world of basketball. How about Carmelo Anthony with the news today? He has been elected to the Hall of Fame. He was a shoo-in, I would say. But the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2025 will include 10-time NBA All-Star Carmelo Anthony. He won a national championship in his one season at Syracuse. He is one of the great all-time scorers.
Yeah, think about the Hall of Fame basketball. They don't just look at your pro career. It's everything. It's your contribution to the game. And he started that early during his days at Syracuse. One season, not only did he win a championship, but he led that team to a championship. Now, they had some veteran players on that team as well, but obviously he was a star. But to go on and have the career that he had, 10-time All-Star, got buckets late in his career. I mean, he was in the same draft class as LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Went to New York, a lot of pressure on him to win, playing in that big market. But man, he was fun to watch. He really was.
Yeah, that Syracuse team was fun. They had Josh Pace, and then you remember McNamara and Hakeem Warwick. That was a good team, but the best player, Carmelo Anthony.
Njai is it? No, that's North Carolina. Never mind. But Hakeem Warwick, the Memphis Grizzly, he was in that squad.
Random, and we don't have the photo to show you. Remember their shorts? I love those uniforms. They had the shorts.
Oh, they was long, man.
Yeah, they were.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, the design. I had a pair.
The basketball, the S?
Yeah. I had a pair of those shorts.
Were they long? What size were they, Josh? Same size as Carmelo, I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah. And somebody asked me, Josh, where'd you get those Syracuse pants? No, these are shorts. Don't worry about that part.
Please.
We hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day, and today we hand one to Carmelo Anthony. He will be a part of the 2025 Naismith Hall of Fame, and he deserves it. We hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com. We come back with one segment to go. We'll wrap up today's conversation next, right here on Josh and Swain.
For pure safety and total clean, call the experts at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Their ZR Water technology replaces those old school chemicals as well as harsh soaps, leaving the carpet even cleaner for longer. And right now, you can get 3 rooms for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms clean, but you only paid for 2 when you mentioned me, Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. Ask about Zero Res commercial cleaning too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We are on to spring now. April showers bring May flowers, but you could end up during the springtime. Think about the winter weather that can affect things. Well, you can spring a leak, and it can happen at any time. At my home, 2 springs ago, we had an underground leak issue at my home, and we had Wilson Brothers Plumbing come out to first identify exactly what was going on. We knew we had an issue, and they were able to tell us what was happening and then what they would do to fix it. We got an upfront price on what it would cost, and then they made sure to communicate with us as they took care of the problem. The pros at Wilson Brothers Plumbing can take care of all of your plumbing needs. If you run into an underground leak issue, an issue with your water heater, they can help you with replumbing your kitchen, your bathroom, remodeling, whatever the case might be. Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help. If you need help, call 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Spring is here. That means it's time to break out the clubs and play some golf. Thursday, April 10th at 9 a.m. Go to 991thesportsanimal.com for the 2025 East Tennessee Golf Card presented by Mark Nelson Golf Apparel. For only $139, you can play 18 holes with a cart at 12 great courses across East Tennessee. These are broken up onto 2 cards with exceptional courses on each. Courses like Island Point, the Greens at Deerfield, Ruggles Ferry, Wild Laurel, Dandridge, Patriot Hills, Clinchview, Woodlake, Three Ridges, Bear Trace, Deer Creek, and Graysburg Hills make up this year's golf cards. These cards are valued at nearly $300 and they can be yours for just $139 each. That's 12 courses broken up onto 2 cards for just $139 each. Get one, get both, but make sure you don't pay full price to play golf this year. Visit 991thesportsanimal.com Thursday, April 10th at 9 a.m. to get yours. Hurry because they'll go fast. At McKinnish Law Group, they believe that every client deserves dedicated, personalized legal support. Whether you're facing a divorce, trying to obtain Social Security disability benefits, or navigating a criminal case, their experienced attorneys are here to stand by your side. With a reputation for results and a commitment to your success, McKinnish Law Group is your trusted partner in the legal system. Visit McKinnishLaw.com. All people are equal before the law. A good attorney makes a difference.
They say that good fences make good neighbors, and when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you could save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Saving you money is our second passion. Never miss a deal. Text the word SWEET to 865-656-9900.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Shannon asked, so Carmelo in the same class as Swain, was he top 200 as well? So Carmelo was a year older. He was in the draft class of 03, but he played in college, of course. So he was in the high school class of 02, and probably lucky for it if he had run into Swain on the AAU, on the basketball circuit, in the camps.
Stop, Josh.
Could have been problematic.
Yeah. For me, I'm glad I got out. At the right time. Perfect timing. I played. There's a whole book about the organization that I was playing for. I was about to play for.
Oh, is that right? The summer organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so.
Remind me, when did you stop playing basketball? Did you play through junior year of high school?
Yeah. So I was going to play in the same organization, within the same organization as Jackie Butler.
Yeah.
So there's books and the money that pumped that organization. And it's Auburn. It's an Auburn alum, and big fan of Swain going to Auburn. That's for sure. And that'll have been interesting. We'll just say that. But that tournament, I was told that we're probably going to see this kid named LeBron James, and we're going to play against him, and you're going to have to match up against him. I didn't know who LeBron James was at the time. But
yeah, there was the internet, but there was no
I had no
nonstop coverage.
I had no clue. It was like he plays football, you play football, he plays both, so we're gonna match y'all up. I had no idea the dude was 6'8", 6'9". I'm over here 6'1" and a half or whatever. But yeah, that was kind of my last basketball, and then I got hurt for my last year in football, so I couldn't play basketball for my school. So that summer was it.
You would have locked him up. Low man wins. That's what they say.
In football, Josh. Tall man wins in basketball. Yeah, tall man wins in basketball.
Maybe I should have played football. I would have won a lot.
Kind of.
How about that cell phone? That's pretty good.
Yeah, kind of. But it's funny because when Meacham and I got to school, he had his own LeBron James encounter. He went up against him, and I want to say it was an ABCD camp, Adidas circuit. So he went up against him and told some pretty cool stories too. So some interesting times there in 02, 03.
Yep. For those who don't know, I don't know how you couldn't at this point, but Jason Swain was a top 200 basketball prospect along with number 21 overall for the 2003 class. The other fact that everybody remembers, I think, or most do at this point, so much time has passed, the 03 draft was loaded there at the top. LeBron, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, but number 2 was Darko. So the Pistons, and that's in the middle of their run of incredible success. They win the NBA title the next year in 04, but they had a chance to add either Carmelo or Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh even, to that mix and went with Darko. In hindsight, was probably not the right pick.
Probably
not. Probably not. We definitely will catch up tomorrow on whatever the latest is with the transfer portal. Will Tennessee add a commitment between now and noon tomorrow when we hop on the air? We'll see. We'll be at Native Design tomorrow. Look forward to that. We'll have more football conversations. A lot of basketball today. Go back and check out the sleigh ride. Ron Slay was great, as he always is.
Always.
That was during the second hour of Today's show. Typically on Tuesday, he's in San Antonio. Will be a part of ESPN's Final Four coverage starting tomorrow through the weekend. So the 1 o'clock hour today, Ron Slay was on Talking Tennessee, both what happened on Sunday this season and what Tennessee needs to get ready for 25-26. Have a PB&J today. It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Sandwich Day.
Hey, man, if you don't want to make dinner, you want to live your childhood, go for it. I didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich until I was an adult. So,
is that right?
That's right. That's true.
I like the peanut butter and honey, but I respect National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. So
peanut butter and honey is better.
Peanut butter and honey is terrific.
Yes. Crunchy peanut butter and honey is tops. You got to have texture in there.
Those are referred to as facts. We are in full alignment there. I appreciate and respect creamy peanut butter, but crunchy.
Creamy is for smoothies. Crunchy is for eating. Chewing.
Yep.
So that's my peanut butter take for today.
The first scoop off the top of the crunchy peanut butter?
Yeah. But I'm not a veteran like some others who've been eating PB&J since they was like 4 years old. Again, I'm new to this. I just started when I was an adult. But that's just what I prefer.
A lot of football players are given PB&Js, aren't they? Or have been.
That's right. That's right. Especially young players. Trying to pack on those pounds, gain a little bit of weight. Or before NIL, when folks was broke. Well, not really, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, what were you just saying about Auburn, AAU? I feel like that's pre-NIL, but
I didn't go there, so I didn't get that money.
No, you didn't.
No, I told you I came here for free. I came here for free. I can stand on that. I can say it because it's true. I wish I didn't, though. She got a little something, but it's all good.
Yep. Volunteer for life, as we discussed earlier, doesn't have to now apply to all aspects.
No, it doesn't.
You can volunteer to be paid.
And still be a VFL.
To put on for Tennessee, as players did this past season. We are on to tomorrow. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you very much, as always. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue to watch the portal. We'll continue to talk Tennessee football with a little more than a week to go until the spring comes to an end. A week from Saturday, Tennessee's orange and white game at Neyland Stadium. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on the sports animal side. Tyler and Will take over next. We'll be back tomorrow on the Sports Monster as well. And remember, search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcast. You can go back and listen on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. We'll see you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.
The big dog of heating and cooling